Good morning, everybody. It's a Sunday. It's a Sunday morning. On Sunday morning, without any warning. It's winter, man. I love winter in the valley. It's 48 degrees this morning. We got some colder temperatures. We've had a weird, mild winter, and yeah, it is what it is. But we're back out here to show you guys a side of Vegas that we don't usually see. We're downtown. We're going to go explore a little bit, see what it looks like in the 100-year part of the city, maybe over 100 years. I mean, a lot of the buildings down here have been around for a while. If you're just joining me on this live stream, I want to get this out in the open in front of you. This is not your typical Vegas live stream. We call it a Hey Guys channel, which is fine. I got lots of respect for people that want to say, hey guys, today we're going to go to 17 buffets, or hey guys, today we're going to go and talk about the cheapest drinks in town. Hey guys, today I'm staying at the hotel. That's cool, but we talk about politics, religion, the economy. We talk about everything in this channel. I'm pivoting my channel towards economics anyways. So if you guys signed up because you want that Vegas-y, plastic, fantastic experience, I understand. Suspending disbelief and just looking at stuff and being like that is fine. I do it too. Watch my old retro gaming channels and stuff like that. But this is a little more serious tuned channel because I have Asperger's and I could not just stay on Vegas as one topic. All right, so with that, who we got in the chats? How bizarre, how bizarre. I wish I could just listen to, I wish I could be like one of those channels that doesn't talk and I could just put these AirPods on and I could just be like doing my thing and you guys would be like, great, Juice and Jimmy doesn't believe a thing I say because he follows me on X and everything I do, he's like, hey Grok, is this true? Hey Grok, is that true? That's a retarded way to be. I'm not saying Juice and Jimmy's retarded. I'm just like, hey man, do some research. I don't know. Everybody asks Grok everything. If you guys don't know, on the platform X, you can actually @mention Grok and he'll do research for you and he'll tell you if somebody's telling you BS to the best of his extent. It's not a him, it's not even a person. Let's read your comments. You guys can jump in with comments at any point if you guys want to. I want to ask you guys an important question to start the stream, and if you're just watching on a replay, why don't you answer me in the comments after the fact? What is your character arc? What is your story? Where are you on where you want to be? Where are you where you want to be? Like, where are you in your life story? Are you down here? Are you up here? Do you have a redemption arc? Do you have a sinister, villainous turn that you've taken in your life? You probably won't answer me, but I can tell you guys a little bit about my arc, and we can talk about that maybe. I don't know. So Mike is close. I got to bring you guys up. I start my streams and then I go into my YouTube chats on my other iPhone and I go like, okay, so now we can read your chats without having to stare at the screen so much because it can be tough. And that's, you know, and so I think your character arc is important as to where you go in life. My channel is ever changing. It's funny because, like, listen, I am a Nintendo fan, right? And I get on these channels and there's something called Nintendo grifting. Grifters are like somebody who just, you know, I don't know, rails on a topic, goes with popular opinions and follows whatever their audience wants, you know? And I watch these guys and they're like, Nintendo Switch 2 is dead, Nintendo's losing, they're making all these mistakes, and I'm sitting over here going, no, they're not. And then it reminds me of where I am on my channel, right? Like, I've been doing these whole Vegas is dying, Vegas is dead. It gets to a point where I got to do more stuff. So I'm pushing out different types of content. Coming up this week, we're going to have content. Steve Wynn, we're going to do some Steve Wynn content this week. It ties into the economy as a whole. We're going to do some content on the oldest profession in the world in Vegas. We're going to do that content as well. I'm on day 23 of carnivore diet. Feel free to ask me about that. I'm feeling like really, really good 90% of the time. I get some mild headaches and stuff as I'm transitioning over, but you know, I can do these soliloquies, these monologues pretty good. So there's that. My brain works better. What do we got in the chats? We got the legend is here from Canada, Vancouver. We got Mike who's here. Jay Plotter is in the house. Andrew's here from Cardiff, South Wales. Mike Wright, my man from up north, who's hoping, he's doing math calculations. He's like, well, if the Packers lose and the Patriots tie or have 1 point on a win And then if tonight the moon is in a 3/4 phase, and then if my food delivery arrives right on time, the Steelers get into the playoffs and I am complete. But at least they have a shot, you know, not like the Raiders. God bless to the USA. Joseph says hi. Mike is in the UK. Dan says good morning, expert in economics. Where are we at? We're at the English Hotel today. Dave's here. Good morning. What prop firm do you use? My students use Buell Knox because it's cheap and they can blow through accounts if they have to without feeling like they wasted money. But I tell them to paper trade for a long time. We're talking about the course already. Heavens to Murgatroyd. You like my hat? I bought it on Amazon. I gave one to my buddy Ray. He doesn't talk to me no more. You should make an AI called Snot Grok. And Snot could fight to death. I'm just glad I didn't wake up dead. Well, you got to be grateful. Karina says, I raised 3 kids and worked for 30 years, and now I'm on a life of leisure. Mike says, just be you. Okay, some people will. Anthony's here from the UK. It's my 60th birthday, and I'm hoping to have enough savings to make it through the next few years, and retirement is rushing at me. Got to learn to trade, buddy. I'm serious. Got to find Jesus, got to learn to trade the markets. Hi from Calgary. It's cold. Yeah, my relatives are freezing. Of course, my mother is like, she does what she does. I call her up on Christmas Day, say nice things, ask her to call me. She texts me back because of course she did. And I was like, I mentioned him like, man, I heard you guys are getting cold weather. I'm sorry to hear that. She's like, wouldn't have it any other way. I love my cold weather, because she has to. Some people have to justify their situation in life. They have to. They can't say, yeah, you know, it's cold and it's really freezing. They're like, yep, I like the cold. No, you like it when it's 5 freezing below Fahrenheit? No. Man, it's gorgeous outside. 50 degrees and sunny in late December. It's always like this. Not always. Sometimes it's been cold. It's going to be 58 today. Hello from snowy Manitoba. My buddy is currently at the Coca-Cola Museum in Atlanta. Nice. Ask me a question. What's your story arc? What's your character arc? Mine is that I was struggling for most of my life, living in a lack of life. A life of lack. Living in a place where I thought, you know, because of I was raised by my mother predominantly. She kind of kicked my father out of the house, and, well, I love my father too, you know, but strong men have strong families. He's strong now. I don't think he was strong then. I don't think anybody could be strong against my mama. She was kind of overbearing. But, you know, she raised me to believe, like, you're limited and you're not going to get that much and everything's going to be what it is. And you just be happy with what you got. I mean, look, you know, I used to go through so much turmoil. Like, these are $500 headphones, and I'm, like, able to afford them now. Actually, they're $450. I lied to you. They're $550 usually. I bought a fake pair at a pawn shop not far from here. I thought they were real. Took them to the Apple store. They are so not real. They're as genuine as North American Chinese food, which, by the way, is not really Chinese food. So anyways, I was at downtown Summerlin. I tried the real ones out at the Apple store, downtown Summerlin. And I was like, man, these are nice. Holy smokes, do they ever sound good. What would I even use them for, you know? Because I already got the AirPod Pros. What the hell are my AirPod Pros? I already got these. So I have these, right? And these are the 3s, AirPod Pro 3s. I had the 2s, I had the 1s. End up giving them away when I don't use them anymore. But these are good enough. And so I go over to Best Buy, which is across the street over on West Charleston, and I just they're $450. And okay, fine, do it. But there was a time when, for me, this would have been a dream. I can save up for a year to do it. We were just, the struggle was so hard. It was so much struggle. Do you guys want to hear a story, life story? These are Apple AirPod Max. These are AirPod Max. The big boys. They're so nice. My gosh. They're so cool. I love them. They're aluminum. They're aluminium, and they sound so good. I was able to walk down the strip last night in front of all of the buskers, all of the street performers, all of the massive amounts of music. Put David Bowie, Best of Bowie on, to calm my Asperger's brain down a little bit with something familiar. Put these on, put them into noise reduction. Couldn't hear a thing. I took back the counterfeit ones. If you're buying from pawn shops, you got to ask them about their return policy. I paid $15 for the return policy. They go into this case like this. So the way they fold up, we're going to put them away so they don't accidentally hijack my stream audio. So they go down like this, right? And then you slide them into the case. like so. And then the case does that. And then they enter into an ultra low power state where these could sit for, I don't know, 20 or plus days where they won't take any power and you can just use them again. So amazing. But I wouldn't be able to afford that in the past. And it was just crushing me. And it was like I had such a toxic relationship in money, with money. And you guys want to hear a story? I kept asking if you guys want to hear a story. I can tell you about something that changed my life forever. Because I asked you what your character arc is. What is your trajectory? If your life was a story in progress, if it had a turning point. I got one person that said yes. I have two people that said yes. Who else wants to hear a story? Story time if you guys want it. War is over if you want it. I walked by DJ Dad Bod. I am DJ Dad Bod right now, but I lost 16 pounds in the last 3 weeks of carnivore. Well, so yeah, all mics say yes. My story changed dramatically just over 2 years ago almost now. I remember where I was. So it all lined up, right? We have the channel. I've been doing the channel for years. And my buddy who's really good with cryptos, and when I say that, he's a guy that got into Ethereum, which is a type of crypto. I don't even know what the Ethereum price is now, probably $2,000 or $3,000 per Ethereum. But he bought it when it was like $10, you know. And he's a music producer out in Los Angeles, and he does well for himself. So he bought like $10,000 at $10. Suffice it to say, he has 1,000 Ethereum, and it's worth a lot more now, right? Or he bought a lot. That's all I know. Anyways, he was telling me about this coin called Caspa. Now, I thought Caspa was going to be really good and go to the moon. I thought it was like the replacement for Litecoin and different types of cryptos. We talk about all these things in my crypto course that I offer up, one of my products. But I was into this stuff, and I was looking at the markets, and I remember what it was. It was when Israel and Iran were going to battle, and they kind of still are. Ethereum is at 29. I was right. I didn't even have to look at the charts, did I? I said 3 grand or so. Anyway, I remember looking, and I was watching the volatility of these crypto projects and stuff like that. So I'm on a stream, and I'm like, man, you know, these crypto charts. And I was talking, and what happened was a series of events. I was downtown. There was this guy who was a Christian hip hop guy, which I thought was pretty cool because I'm a Christian guy. And I put him on my camera. His Bluetooth had stopped, but I let him promote himself. I let him promote himself on my stream. And I offered to connect him with my magazine guy who's a Christian and stuff, and that didn't go anywhere. But the very next day, I was talking on the second stream, because that's all I was doing was streaming back then. I was talking about the markets, and I was like, man, if you guys are in the markets, you guys are probably getting slaughtered tomorrow, because war always causes markets to go down and they drop, and everybody's afraid of war. And somebody on my stream said, well, I trade futures. I don't care if it goes up or down. It's like, oh, that sounds interesting. You should email me. And I put my email up on the screen. And he did email me. And he was telling me all about futures trading. Now, I had never traded anything before. I tried to do a Forex course once, and I just couldn't figure it out. I wasn't smart enough. I took $100, got like $2,000 with margin and leverage, and I lost it all within 5 minutes. I had no idea. I'm like, I'm not smart enough to do that stuff. But he for some reason, he was a smooth operator, And he told me, oh no, just come into my group. I got a Discord group, and usually I charge people $100 a month. But I've been watching your channel, and I could easily send you $5,000 on Cash App. That's a limit, but that would only help you once, and this will help you for life. Okay. Yes. I'm sneezing, right? But I went with it anyways. And at the end of the day, though, he had me in his Discord group, didn't charge me anything. Turns out he didn't really know how to trade the futures markets. He was an options trader, but he was charging people, and he told me that, oh, you just do this on the charts. You'll make money within 30 days. All your bills will be paid. Just follow me. Follow you? What? Yeah, I trade live in the mornings. I'll tell you when I get in and when I get out, and you can do it. And here's a coupon for a prop firm, and just go buy this thing. And I didn't have any money to buy anything, but I was desperate. So I went to TradingView. I signed up for TradingView using his link, of course. Oh man, I was such a mark. I used his link. I paid him money there. I got the CME data feed. I got his Apex coupon. I bought the thing. I went in there. I was so nervous. I didn't know anything. And then when I asked a guy for help, He just completely overwhelmed me. I didn't know anything about anything, but I stuck with it and I learned to trade. And that was a day that changed everything for me because I was like desperate. You know, desperation is a funny motivator. Now I'm properly in frame. Desperation is a funny motivator. I didn't have any other thing going for me at the time. That was my turning point. And I remember talking to my wife and we're having like conversations about stuff. And she's like, you haven't done, how much money are you going to lose on this? That was the thing. Because I was spending money on these firms when I shouldn't have been. I should have been just paper trading, you know? Paper trading, if you don't know what that is, it's where you have the chart in front of you. You trade a virtual account. It's funny money. It doesn't exist. Even if you won $10,000 somehow on a day, you wouldn't make any money, but you wouldn't lose any money if you lost $10,000. So I should have been doing that, but I met up with another lady who taught me a lot of great stuff, but she introduced me to some other people that were doing trading, and I learned from here and I took from there and I took from there. And eventually I noticed that our paths, me and this lady who was successful, were diverging. I was doing more of a scalper strategy, which if you don't know what that means, it means you get in and get out within a few seconds in some cases. And I was doing pretty well on the scalping side of things, and it was starting to really blow me away. I mean, I could sit there in my accounts and I could pass the prop firm account in a day, and then I could make money on it, little bits of money. It's just base hits. And I was like, wait a minute, like I'm actually not bad at this, even though I lost thousands of dollars of my own money on these stupid prop firm challenges. I'm bad at this, you know? And then I started showing other people in this Discord that I was still in. I don't do Discord anymore. It's full of scammers and people who will hijack your life and pretend to be you and all this. And then you have a group, you make a group. I made a group, and then all of a sudden there's 5 versions of my account and people are sending me direct messages. Steven, did you email me and ask me to send you $5,000 to invest your money? No. I will never invest your money. Somebody's like, hey, if I had a 401k, what would you do with it? Nothing. I would tell you to go to a certified financial professional. I don't sell it. I'm not an investor for you. No. So I started teaching this to other people, and they were like, this actually works. Well, I've been losing for a long time. Now I'm turning it around. And all this time, though, things were getting progressively worse. Just worse and worse and worse. Like, I'm talking worse. At the time, I was selling advertising, high-ticket advertising, like a lot, like $14,000, $15,000, $20,000 advertising packages. And it was like this, right? I remember 2023, we would have realtors call us at our office and be like, how can I get in your magazine? How can I do this? How can I get in there? And then it was like shooting fish in a barrel, man. I remember 2021, shooting fish in a barrel. I'm making $5,000 a month. I'm like, woo, $5,000 a month. I make $60,000 a year, and then I get residuals. Damn, I'm riding high. So good, so good. But then as time progressed and we got into the last president's economy, and look, I'm unabashedly a conservative. Like, I'm not going to rag on the guy, but I think it became evident to even most level-headed liberals towards the end of the last 4 years of the Biden presidency that something was wrong. Something was wrong, you know? And it just got harder and harder. We went from being an outbound sales company to being a company that was trying to collect debts from people because they couldn't pay their bills, especially in Vegas. It was like, hey man, I know I signed a 2-year agreement and my bill is $600 a month, and it was a really good deal for what they got. But it was like, now, like I need that $600 to pay my employees and keep my rent and going, and you know, pay the power company for my electric bill, keep my phones going. So it became harder and harder and harder, and every month I was struggling just to pay the rent. Like, you don't even know. You know, like I was just hitting this thing like it was a cookie jar, this YouTube, so unashamedly, just, hey guys, donate, donate, donate. Every little thing was donate, donate. It was like Homer Simpson wanted donuts, Stephen Campbell wanted donations. And I wasn't really giving anything back. I was just taking and taking and taking and taking. And it was not good. And you can't do that. And people start to smell it. So I was praying the whole entire time. My prayers were like, you know, and in the Bible, by the way, King David prays really angry in Psalms. Like, it's okay to pray angry, but you can be angry at God. Like, you can be angry at your earthly father and mother. It's cool. Be angry at your heavenly Father. Be like, I need a sign. What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to be some advertising guy, maybe making 75 to 100 grand a year? I can't buy a house that way in the valley. It's not possible. What am I supposed to do? Is YouTube going to be a thing? Give me something. And then back last May, Cinco de Mayo, sitting downtown looking at the crowds going, where the heck is everybody? And then somebody asked, how do the casinos get themselves out of this? And I said, I don't think the casinos do get themselves out of this. I think the casinos are in a death spiral. And that clicked with me. And I made a video called Understanding the Casino Death Spiral. And that was a video I uploaded. It wasn't a live stream. I wasn't pandering or begging for donations and all this kind of stuff. And all of a sudden, got 130,000 views. Video made $600. I'm like, what? Do more of that. So when I was saying something was broken and wrong in Vegas, everybody else was saying I was wrong. And slowly but surely, May turned into June, and June has a habit of turning into July, and July became August. And before you knew it, CBS News was covering what's wrong in Vegas. And before you knew it, other channels were covering what's wrong in Vegas. And before you knew it, my channel went from 75,000 to 130,000 subscribers. And before you knew it, I had somebody come out of the woodwork that wanted to mentor me on everything. And taught me a lot of things. And before you knew it, here I am, and I created my own course because what I was doing was working for people, and I thought, well, why don't I share this with other people? There has to be some kind of value that you can put on this information. And I had two choices on how to capitalize in the day trading stuff, right? I could either run a Discord and charge people $75 a month or $50 a month, and that would be a lot more lucrative. I could have 1,000 members on the Discord, and $50 a month would make me $50,000 a month. But I wouldn't teach anybody anything if I did it that way, because people would just be following my trades and they wouldn't learn anything. And then if I got sick or COVID or I decided to go to the Philippines for 2 weeks, nobody would be able to trade with me if I couldn't trade. And then they're all left out in the lurch. So what I did instead was I created the course, and it's called 1K a day. And it's been successful, like beyond my wildest dreams for my students. And that's all I really care. I care about my students being successful. I've had people go and not even know how to open up a computer laptop. They have one, but they can't even. They're like, I'm afraid of everything. I'm like, just do the course. Just keep swimming, do the course, do the thing. Start off with 2-minute videos, goes up to 20-minute videos. You'll be okay. And wouldn't you know it, they're okay. And they're making their base hits. And I tell them, it's unrealistic for anybody on YouTube to tell you you're going to make $10,000 a day or a week. At first, you're going to have to practice. Then you're going to have to move yourself to a prop firm. Then you're going to have to pass the challenge, and then you can make some money. But guess what? If you're making $100 a day, 5 days a week, it stacks up. That's $2 grand a month. You're trading 10 or 15 minutes a day, and it's been really life-changing for me. And my trades add up, and now my YouTube is running, and now I'm like, wait a minute, I found out something. How many of you guys watching this video watch economic channels? Say yes in the chat. Because it turns out my audience is not just a Vegas audience. Can you trade from a foreign country? Absolutely. Yeah, pretty much every country. There's some countries that are precluded, but I really doubt that you live in like Chad. You probably don't live in Somalia. I don't think you probably live in, I don't know. There's really developing nations where you can't trade from, but everywhere else is fine. I got traders from Australia. I got traders in the Philippines that are expats. I got people in the Ukraine who are trading. Heck to the South Korea, Thailand, dude. Everybody trade over there, man. You guys like your trading, so you can trade from South Korea. That's fine. Yeah, the CME, the government pretty much doesn't preclude anybody. So what I did was, the course is really cool, and what it does is it gets you in little bits. We layer stuff on top. If you find it easy to follow me on this story that I've told you guys, you probably find the course to be super easy. Maria Bartiromo is hot, is she? I don't know why I'm getting so off topic reading that random comment. But yeah, so for me, I love to help my students and to hear that their life is changing around. And I have economic stuff that I have people that are economics people, and they're watching my channel. My videos are being exposed to big, broad economic channels. So I'm like, I'm going to push my channel. I'm going to expand my footprint. I'm going to expand my sandbox, which is what my mentor tells me I have to do. And I lost 259 net subscribers last month. I lost 1,000 people on this side who are just want the Hey Guys channel, and I gained 800 people who want my perspective on Vegas economy, national economy. Anyways, long story short, here's the thing. If you guys want to participate, and if you guys, I can't tell you who my mentor is, Xavier, but God bless you for asking. If you guys want to have a story, like what's your arc, what's your story? Are you feeling like you're missing something? There's a certain, as the French would say, je ne sais quoi, which means I'm not sure what it is. If there's something missing and you're like, I know 2026 is the thing. I know there's something there for me. Like if you know that there's something there for you, but you just can't put your finger on it, what I want you guys to do is highly consider. Some people are like saying, save up money and do this, and I understand that too. But I do have the course, and if you guys had any semblance of wanting to do something really good for yourself right now, I would say get my bundle. I have a bundle right now, and I got a few coupon codes open and spots open, and you guys can get my crypto primer course, which will teach you about these crypto markets, which everybody's talking about. And you guys will get my trading course, and it'll be a Boxing Day bundle. We'll call it JS1 for Jumpstart. I think there's 3 spots. Just go and try to see if the coupon works for you. Do I have a family course plan? No, but what happens is, and I found this out the other day. I found this out the other day. People just buy my course and then they share the login, and I can't do anything about it. So just don't tell me you're doing that. They buy my course, they share the login. One guy created a special email address for just the course. And he was like, I don't know if it's okay, but I gave the course to my wife and my daughter, and they're all doing it and learning at the same time. And I'm like, well, just don't tell me you're doing that, because that is like telling, telling Tom Petty back in the 80s that you bought his tape and then you dubbed it for all of your friends, and now you're basically costing him album sales. I'll never know. But anyways, go do my course if you guys want that. And here's the thing, it's $199 right now. That's the only price you'll ever pay. I add content to it every single week, several days of the week. I'm always adding stuff. We're onto the trading psychology, family discount. The course, that package I just put up there, it's worth $2,900. That's what my platform said you have to price it at retail. And you can get it for $199 right now. That's like a 95% discount. And so no, there's no like family discount, but God bless you. 5-finger discount, you'd be getting it almost for free. But anyways, that's my story arc, and I'm wondering what your story arc is. Where are you going with your trajectory in your life, and what do you guys wish to accomplish? And you feel free to share, and if you don't want to share, that's okay too. Because we all have a story. One of my students sent me a really heartfelt email today talking about some of the things that she's gone through in life, and it was such a loaded email that it just made me actually stop, pull over on the side of the road, and said, sir, do you know what I'm stopping you for? Because I'm young and I'm black and my hat's real low. Do I look like a mind reader, sir? I don't know. And I sometimes have that brain thing where I got to get the lyrics of a song out, because that was Jay-Z, 99 Problems. But I had to pull over to the side of the road. I had to read her email, and it's like, I don't know. You're gonna buy it just to donate? That's how I support the channel, so if that's the case. But you'll get a good education out of it too. If you don't have your health, you don't have anything. Yeah, that's true too. But it's like that person's character arc is real serious. But I believe that everybody has the ability to lift them up and lift themselves up, but they have to have faith. And I have faith in Jesus. Some people don't have faith that anything exists, and I feel for those people too. I can tell the ones that don't have faith in anything, because they're the ones that are in my chats telling me that I'm some kind of hackneyed scammer. And now I'm trying to take the Asmongold stance, where he doesn't fight with the trolls. He's just like, okay, that's fine. You don't have to be here. And he just silences them. But anyways, here's the deal. Somebody asked about the Trump coin. Don't buy meme coins. There's 2 types of crypto. There are meme coins that don't have any kind of application, and there are coins that have applications, Coins that have applications can be stuff that can be used as currency. So believe it or not, we'd have to lop Dogecoin in there at one point, because I think AMC Theaters was taking Dogecoin as payment. But is it now? I don't know. But we have things like Ethereum, which functionally work as a piece of software on a blockchain, which are smart contracts. So we have things like Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a store of value for a lot of people. I know people don't believe that Bitcoin is a store of value, but just ask Microsoft, who has shoved a Bitcoin into their balance sheet for the last few years. They think it is a form of currency, of store of value. Then you have XRP, and all the XRP maxis out there are like, ooh, XRP is going to be $30, you watch. And I'm like, I I know about that, but meme coins don't have any real productive value. You're buying into a community and they don't have any real value, and you're buying them because they're shiny and fun to buy, and then you lose all your money because there's a giant rug pull because cryptos can be dangerous, which is in my free crypto primer bundle. If you click the link and go and buy the course, the combination too, you just put in the code JS1 for Jumpstart 1 and you guys get both, and it'll reduce the price from $29.97 or something all the way down to $200. Steven, people who know you through repeated stream interactions, they also know you're not a scammer. I'm not even worried about those people that think I'm a scammer, because they're not going to be my audience. They're not here for me. They're just here because they want a Hey Guys channel, and that's fine. Again, it's intellectual popcorn and I don't have time for it. I want to give you steaks and eggs and bacon and butter. That's real whole foods. I don't want to give you intellectual popcorn. All crypto is not a scam. Of course not. Good health begins with where you're going. Is all crypto is a scam. I mean, I see T. Chris thinks that, and that's fine. You know, Bitcoin will die too, but again, there's too much Bitcoin tied up in the economy. You don't understand the interplay between the NASDAQ and stuff like that, which is good. Trump can coin altcoins are not doing well. Yeah, I mean, we're in a bit of a crypto winter right now. Bitcoin's hitting a bottom and stuff like that, but they'll always bounce back, and that's what happens. And we're getting into the new year, and there's going to be a lot of stuff happening. There's going to be a lot of stuff hitting the fan. I got 10% ROI as my Merrill Lynch. That's good, man. That's good. My course isn't about investing. My course is about doing it for 15, 20 minutes a day, making 50 to 200 to 300 bucks. Some people make more, and then they close their laptop and they go on to their day. Hit the like button. Okay, we got to look at some of your comments here. Steve, do I need capital or money in order to start your course? No. You don't. It's not an investing course. It's not going to require you to open a margin account somewhere. We use prop firms and we do paper trading. So that's a good question. How would I invest $250,000 today? Not financial advice. I would buy real estate. I would buy a condo worth $125,000, and then I would pay a company to manage it, and I would put people into the condo. And I would sit there and make my mortgage payment on the condo, or I just buy it out cash. If you buy a condo cash, you put somebody in it for $1,000, you just generated a $12,000 a year stream of income. And yes, it would pay off over 10 years, but you're not waiting for 10 years. You're watching the price appreciate on the condo over a year or two or three. And you sell that and buy something else. Or you buy another one and you put another family in there. You just house people over and over and over again. And then you take that condo, and now it's worth $250,000. You go to the bank and you're like, hey, I got $250,000. The bank creates money. I've already explained this on this channel before. Banks create money out of nothing, and they go, boom, here you go. They type some numbers in a computer. Poof, we just created $125,000 for you. Go buy another condo. Good morning. Hi, buy another condo, put another family in there, create another $12,000 stream of income every single year. Take your 3 condos, sell them, buy a big house somewhere. Don't live in your own house. Put somebody in there, rent it out to somebody. Bigger house appreciates. Condo, just investing in the building, don't own the land. House, own the land, own the building. Wash, rinse, repeat. Then take another $125,000, invest it into something like the NASDAQ or the S&P 500, something balanced, something that appreciates over time, over the last 20 years. You know, put it in something that has a year-over-year appreciation where you can make the max contribution to it every single year. Take a little bit of that, put it into something like Bitcoin, which goes up year over year over year. Bitcoin will halve soon, so all your Bitcoin investments will be worth more. That's what I would do with that much money. So there you go. Rental cash is not considered unearned income. There's a lot more to owning properties than this description. That's why there's property management companies. I wouldn't want to be a plumber. I'm not an electrician. I am not a maintenance person. You pay a property management company to do all that kind of stuff. And I am giving you a very pedestrian 30,000 foot overview of how you can invest your money, but don't do what I say. Anyways, real estate is crashing. Real estate is, to a point, you're probably going to want to wait until February of 2027 to buy anything. The market runs in cycles. There's a longer explanation that I won't give you right here. Are there condos for 125K? Yes, there are. Digital assets currency is unfortunately going to be the future. We're already at a point where the banks are creating digital currency. When the banks create money, the Federal Reserve grows money. It's because banks are creating digital virtual money in bank accounts. People think the Federal Reserve creates money. That's not true. And I've showed you guys this before, and I'll show you guys this again. Okay, so this money that we have right here, this type of money, this makes up 3% of the actual money in the United States money supply, the M2 money supply. 3% is actual paper money. 97% of the money in the money supply is a form of bank digital currency that they create. How do you get the 125K? Well, that's your story. That's your arc. You know, this year, I highly suggest that you get another job. You go back to school, you get a skill that is a type of informational skill, something that people can't take away from you, and something that you are very good at that people will pay you for. Unsubscribing, this channel is no longer interesting. That's fine, Tara, and I told you at the start. But the fact that you want to publicly announce that so everybody goes, oh, Tara, we hate to see you go. Whatever. Not for you, there's other channels. I can make recommendations. I don't know. J&K Stay in Vegas is a good channel. Just covers the strip. Good channel. You want to watch somebody play slots? Pompsy has got a lot of charisma. He's got the Riz, as they say. He's good at slots. Want a Hey Guys channel? Norma's good. And then also Turn Up World's a good channel for you guys to watch. But you guys are giving Tara their little. No, Tara, you're done. You don't do that. When's your wife coming back? You're done. I'm finished. Bye. See ya. Love you. God bless you. I'm sorry. If you want to publicly announce you're going to quit my channel because it's boring, you don't get to like, follow up, ask questions about my wife. Could you imagine if this is the way the real world worked? This is the Imagine I walked into the lobby of the English hotel, right? I was like, you guys are the worst hotel in Vegas. You are a garbage hotel with 2 little rooms. Your restaurant, the Pepper Club, closed. I got to go off the strip to get food. You don't offer room service. And it's too loud on First Friday. I am never staying here. And then, then I go, by the way, can I get a free bottle of water and use the bathroom? That's not how the real world works. Anyways, God bless. Why not suggest that funds in the stock market where you will get better return over time than monthly income from renting? I did. I did say that. You might have missed the second part, Halworth. I said that I would buy a thing and then I would invest in something static and repeatable over time, like the S&P 500 or the NASDAQ 100 or something like that. You're cool, dude. You're honest, fair, and I have most of my immediate family living in LV, but I've left because of all the a lot of criminality, man. I was making that video the other day. I was doing the reactions to some TikToks, and there was this dude, and he cursed way too much. I don't put it in my video because I'm like, I ain't got no time to bleep all your curse words. Be some hip-hop guy, and he was like, and he said something, he was like, you know, you could walk down the strip with $100 million in a duffel bag, man. But the minute you go off the strip, it's all different. I'm like, yeah, pretty much. He's not wrong. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. Thank you, Owen. But yeah, so like, that's true, you know, to a large extent. Oh man, I didn't bring my bottle of water. Son of a biscuit. To what he was saying was true. The off the strip is a little dicey. The strip is pretty darn safe. I mean, think about those people that one streamer that shot up the Bellagio over the summertime. And he's basically, he's going to get the D penalty for that. He's going to get the D penalty. And if he did that at a Walmart parking lot 4.5 miles away on Trop and Decatur, he wouldn't get the D penalty. You know, they don't just dole out, you know, capital punishment for nothing. You know, but he did it on the strip. What would be an average return if you invested 125? I don't even remember what. I think it's like, how's it been? Like 8%, something like that. I don't recall. It's like 8 to 13% or something. And so far, the stock market is booming. It's fake money, but it's booming. And the government just turned on. By the way, that's another reason for you guys to get into trading the markets in 2026, because we're in a boom cycle right now. And hey, I know you hate this. Some of you guys are like, Orange Man bad. But the truth is, you know, the GDP went up and unemployment did go up. That's a problem. But the GDP went up, inflation came down. I don't believe the inflation numbers as far as I could pick them up and throw them. I think it's bullcrap. But I think the GDP going up is good, and I think there's a reason for that. I think we are making more stuff. The only thing I could think that could stop the market from booming in 2026 is that I don't think there's that many people that can afford stuff. right now. The S&P 500 was 3. What is it, like 6 almost right now? It's almost doubled. Any recommendations for people that are on disability trying to do this? Yeah, I mean, if you're on disability, some people's disability covers things and you have all your needs met. If you have all your needs met, realistically, then this could be a thing for you. But if you're doing my course out of like, I really need to make money next week, that's not probably a good thing for you. So I would say that I don't want you buying the course if you're doing it as a way to like try to immediately make money. If you're on disability, you'd be way better off just finding a legitimate thing you can do online. Maybe you speak multiple languages. You might go on Fiverr and try to do gig work on Fiverr where you could translate things and stuff like that. That's a possibility. Or you can get a job working for a company that lets you work from home. But if you're on disability, sure, you could do my course as long as it's not going to break you to spend $200 on the course. That's important to understand. You know, if it's not going to break you to spend 20 bucks on TradingView to paper trade, and it's not a yearly subscription or anything crazy like that, then yeah, you're fine. Is silver really gonna, no, silver's gonna go back up. It's probably gonna be $100 per coming up soon. That's it, that's what it is. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. We're gonna have a long stream today, I have a feeling, I don't know, maybe. I only wanna be with you. But, yeah, I'm gonna be raising the price. I don't know when. The platform will tell me. It's gonna be either $2.99 or $3.99. It's $1.99 right now. Let's go ahead and get some water here. I forgot my water bottle, so. Gotta be quiet. They got water. This is the English Hotel. We'll show you a little tour of the lobby and stuff in a minute. And then I don't know, maybe we'll go downtown. Maybe we'll walk on the outskirts of downtown. It can get pretty dicey, so I don't wanna get myself in trouble. What the hell am I even doing? Where did all my ketone brain power just disappeared and all of a sudden I can't run my camera? There we are. How you guys doing? How you doing? Do I want lemon water or cucumbers? Time for the Steelers. Have a good day, Mike. This is a niche hotel. It's a boutique hotel. It's only what? Less than 80 rooms here, and it's part of the Marriott collection. So if you're Marriott members, salute, you can come here. And it's like everybody knows your name out here, which is good. I'm going to melt down my silverware for my dead parents. What's the intrinsic value you have for that silverware? Do you have any kind of like sentimental values in your silverware? Where's the robot? There was a robot down here. I don't see it right now. Love the hat. Hello from hometown. Hey, what's up there? I had a friend that lived 3 miles from the Air Force Base. He was an aircraft mechanic. If you moved out of Vegas, where would you go? If I had all my choices, like money wasn't an issue, I'd live in La Jolla, California. It's not even a question. See how I just knee-jerked that response out to you? I live in La Jolla. La Jolla is a beautiful little town. Halfway between San Diego and LA. So this is the English Hotel down here. And it's like I say, it's very boutique, but it's very nice. Hi. Yeah, got this little area down here with all the local artists and stuff. And they had the Pepper Club on the other side of the windows out here, but that closed recently. The English Hotel was, I think they're probably, look, I'm gonna ask the girls, they're not gonna tell me. So are you guys gonna become the Midtown Hotel? Are you allowed to tell me? Because I figured the English Hotel Pepper Club's gone. I don't know if Todd's involved anymore, and Midtown everywhere.
I know Midtown is gonna be across the street, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I figured it would make sense to brand this the Midtown Hotel, since you kicked that bum out. Just kidding. Yeah, so the Todd English is the world famous chef. He's got restaurants all around the world, including Vegas, Dubai, I think South Korea at one point. And this is the English Hotel. It's kind of like a branding thing with him. But the owners of this place are super investors in this area. So they've been buying all these buildings around here. So they own this block down here. They own the next buildings over here. They own the buildings across the street, all the way down here and on the other side. So they're going to be building this massive development called Midtown. And Midtown will be this like experience. You're gonna have like a promenade out here and other little hotels, condos, residencies. These guys are working way too hard. I couldn't do this. You know how much their arms must burn? Dang. Look at that up there. Whoa, hello camera. What the heck just happened? Oh no, how do I fix it? I ruined my camera. Now you're upside down. Hold on a sec. Let me turn it back on. What a dumbass. All right. So yeah, they got these guys building, they're doing this stuff up here. I live in Laguna Beach. I have twice, one down each coast. Sell your sterling and convert it to Maple Leafs or Britannias. What? You know the stars on the flag are silver or white. America, baby. We're gonna make them into Desert Eagle bullets. Let's go around, see what we got. This is the English Hotel. Look how small it is. Small little place, man. Only thing I don't like about it, the shower doors are see-through. Which is kind of weird. Just saying. And you're not gonna get $80 an ounce for your silver melted down. That's another thing you gotta remember. Remember that. So all this stuff is owned by this one developer that owns this hotel right here. Costa Rica, is it? There's a lot of expats in Costa Rica. Isn't that where John McAfee died? Ah, you're thinking twice. You know, maybe I don't want to live in Costa Rica. Billionaires go missing. Silver Eagles are okay. Maple Leafs and Britannias have way better account. Oh, I don't know anything about that. How about I just take my silver and I shove it down my pants so then nobody can touch it except for me. You like my personality and honesty. You're subbing. See, that's what I need, man. We're transitioning. We're a trans channel now. Wait, what? Just kidding. We're a transitioning channel. I think they own this too, maybe, possibly. This warehouse where they have giant raves. I don't know, like in the Matrix. I don't know, whatever. Thanks for the subscription. John McAfee isn't dead. Whoa, what happened? Focus. John McAfee isn't dead, he's just in hiding. Right, Charlie Kirk's still around. And Epstein lives in Israel, right? Right. Whatever. You know what I brought? I brought my DJI. Anybody here use action cameras? I don't know if I'll actually do anything with this, but I'll show you guys this real fast here. As we sit in this area here. Oh, is it Belize? Thank you, you're correct. So we got my little thing here, and I actually have this camera. This is my Action 6 Pro with my customized macro lens on it. So I had to buy this from China. You can't buy this camera. This camera doesn't exist in the United States in the marketplace. I had to buy this at a local shop because DJI has a ban on it. They're not bothering to send these out in the United States. And then I had to buy this lens off of AliExpress. So it goes very close up, and then you go to human being, and this will have a blurry background, and then you can go all the way to infinity and beyond. And I don't know why I brought this. I might film with it afterwards. Who knows? Whatever. Doesn't really matter. So that's what I'm going to do after. Where's the 360 action? It's at home today. I used it last night. I processed the video. I'm going to talk over it and do a voiceover. I took a 15-minute video last night in 360 mode. And so I'll do a VO and I'll put it up on Patreon for anybody who's left on the Patreon. Just picked up the DJI Nano. I don't have the Nano 360 because I have the Insta360 Go Ultra, which is almost the same. It's just a tiny little camera. You can magnet on anything and stuff like that. So last week we went this way. I think this week we're gonna go this way. We could go down here through the Arts District. There's some condos and stuff like that. But it gets kind of dicey. I gotta watch myself. Love the Papagayo Peninsula, safe, clean, and beautiful. Is there any fake Elvises in Vegas? Not really. No, I think there might be a show at Planet Hollywood. Press power play, no state income tax and property taxes are reasonable. Oh, we had some questions and I'm not paying attention to anything. I'm the worst. My mom and I have been considering moving to Nevada. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I mean, this is like the touristy area, but there's a lot of stuff out here, a lot of places to go. Watch that, oh, man. Shoot. They have First Friday down here too. That's fun. I don't really go to that. I'm doing good, that girl, Pam. I think you're in my course too. You're one of my students. Ooh, man, I'm cold this morning. It's 52. We've been having mid-60s. Now it's going to be the mid-50s today, I guess. No, 58. Not terrible. Aside from super chats or buying the course, what's the best way to support you? I haven't paid my hosting bill. I should probably get on that because I haven't had enough money in my PayPal balance because I have not been paying attention to my PayPal balance. Let me see if my website still works. Yeah, go to notleavinglasvegas.com/donate. You'll get this page right here. And then you just scroll down to donate with PayPal or Cash App. And if you use PayPal, you can just type in any number you want into this form. You don't need an account. Type in the number and then go to donate with credit or debit card. You don't need a PayPal account if you do it that way. And it's just like buying anything. I don't get your credit card numbers. It just sends me whatever you want to send me. She's worried about the crime rate. Thoughts? Crime rate's bad everywhere. Vegas's crime is actually getting better. The police are pretty hardcore about keeping the city safe. I saw this thing on TikTok. I did a response to it yesterday, or the day before yesterday on Friday. And this guy's like talking about this is the worst, you know, this guy named Vegas Mib on TikTok. And he's like, I don't know, man. I don't believe anything he says because he's like saying things like, there's been so many unalivings at this Motel 6. I'm like, dude, I read the Vegas news every day. I don't believe that to be true. So you got to be careful. You can look up the LVMPD crime stats. They post them every single week, and it's getting better. But crime is bad everywhere you go. You can be subject to break-ins and personal bad stuff, and the problem is you're only going to see two things in Vegas, like flashy, plastic, fantastic, the Strip, the super safe on the Strip. If you're worried about crime and you can afford it, move to Boulder City. Boulder City is about 15, 20 miles from here. It's the safest city in the Western United States. Like, well, one of the top 5. There's no crime there at all. It's a neat little community. It's not too close to Vegas. It's not too far away. I've been to St. George, Utah. St. George, Utah. St. George, Utah and Cedar City, man. Funny places. St. George was originally a town that the Mormons wanted to have slave labor grow cotton for them. Or that's Cedar City. And then obviously slavery became illegal and they couldn't do it. So they didn't do it. It's true. You don't know. Like, what? Yes. The Mormon Church's interaction with race is very interesting because at one point, the Mormon Church said that black folks and Native Americans literally were less than human because they were the mark of Cain from the original Bible days, and they were the lost tribe of Israel that came over to the United States and were ostracized and pushed out of society by God. And then all the laws changed and they said, we love those people, let's make them Mormons. Like, no joke. Physical crime is down, but virtual crime has exploded. That is true. We have a lot of crimes that are financial out here. You got to be careful. I like to use my Apple Pay as much as I possibly can. If you're not familiar with Apple Pay, what it does, I don't have it set up on this phone, but you scan your card or you put your card in there, and then your bank card is virtualized every single time you use it. All you do to do that is you literally just double click the side of your phone and then your wallet comes up and it creates a virtual card number every single time. I think Apple Pay works the same way if you have an Android phone. This way nobody can skim your credit card, right? And don't swipe your card. If the place doesn't have a chip reader, they probably don't have NFC. And if they don't have those things, you swipe your card, you could always have your card skimmed. And I've had that happen to me before. Gas in California is $6 a gallon. You know, gas has dropped out here. Sam's Club has gas for $2.75 a gallon today. Other gas stations around the valley have gas as cheap as $2.95 now. I'm freezing. Apple Pay hides your info. Yep. It does. And it's a virtual card every time. So even if somebody managed to get the card numbers from your Apple Pay transaction you did yesterday, they can't use it ever again because the card gets destroyed after that use. It's very good. There's also companies that offer this service. There's a company called Unicorn, I think it's called, something like that. And then they have virtual cards that you can do, but they're not credit per se, but it's a virtual debit card that's in your account. You only use cash. Well, some places don't accept cash. And if they don't accept cash, then you're in trouble. You can't use you can't shop there. You can't use their services, right? This is the Unicorn card right here. This thing is actually metal. This is a metal card. It says right there, metal, do not bend. So this is a metal card. This will virtualize your card numbers. This is really good for people who are credit building, which I still am, because they give you a $2,000 line of revolving credit that you never use unless you put money from your bank account in it. And it works like a $2,000 line of credit up to $2,000. And it's a virtualized service that you can do online, which is really good. And I'm gonna have to use that some more, I think. If they don't take cash, they don't deserve my business. Well, I don't take cash. I guess I don't deserve your business. I don't know what you're... Look, I mean, I understand cash is good, but you gotta exist in the real world. You guys, some of you guys are so rigid. And I get it. But at the same time, man, like, there's only a certain tolerance you can have for living outside the norms of society, right? But of course, now we're getting into the idea of the mark of the beast and stuff like this, and that's a whole nother discussion that we won't have here. What's your opinion on Las Vegas ranking in the top for human trafficking? They even have signs about it everywhere on deuce buses. Yeah, they have signs on deuce buses, signs in the bathroom, signs in the restrooms. That video is coming, so subscribe to the channel if you guys want to see it. I'm not surprised. I mean, you think about where we are. If there was such thing as a Silk Road for, you know, narcotics and human issues like that, we are sitting right on it. Big resort town like this. Heck, I've heard things that say that Trump's crackdown on trafficking and drugs and stuff has actually hurt Vegas because the access to those illicit things are not here as much as they used to be. I don't know if that's true, if it's impacting tourism. Moved from the 808 to the 702 a year ago. I'm loving it. I'm staying on the south side, pretty safe, and lots of shopping centers and bus access. Yeah. The Hispanic population in Vegas is substantial, making around 30. Yeah, we have a very high population. It's funny that you say that because my two recent vendor events, people mostly paid for photos and canvases with cash. That's good. You know, cash can't be tracked. If you're a business, you love taking cash. Some businesses I've dealt with online, they take Bitcoin, a lot of it, because they know there's no tracking of that. So we got the bus out here. Speaking of buses, this is the Bonnieville Bus Center. At least it should get warmer as the sun comes up. Is it a cashless world now? In a lot of cases. MLB vendors, yeah, they don't take cash at Allegiant Stadium. They don't take cash at T-Mobile. I don't know if T-Mobile still has it. It's been a while since I've been to an event, but they have Amazon cashless. And the way it works is that you tap your phone or your card at the start. You walk through this area, through these turnstiles. You take what you want, then you just leave. You don't pay anybody anything. It puts a $50 minimum hold on your card, and then it deducts your purchase. If your purchase is $25, it returns the $25 back to your card, which is fine. But if you're on an extreme budget like I was for many years, you can't shop there because... What's up? How you doing, man?
Man, Lil Pharaoh, bros. I'm out here in Vegas right now, turned up. You can see me live at the Stranger Thing event today, free. Everybody
right,
pull up.
Good work, man. Good work.
Hey, come through though.
Yep.
Stranger Things.
Stranger Things. I got you. Free event today.
I hope I don't get bit by
He wants to be on my camera, and then he's like, I hope nobody sees that. What? Okay. So anyway. Are they home? I don't know. My theory is that I'd rather owe you than not pay you. Okay, how's the weather? Chilly. 52, I'm chilly. Stranger things have ever happened. Stranger things have happened in life. There you go. Skin and bones that you know. Let's go over to the City Hall building. I don't think we can go in, but they just finished this up after like 2 years of construction. They're earning interest on that $50 hold. It came off in like 12 hours. I don't know how much interest they got on that $50 hold in 12 hours. It was pretty fast to come off. I'm in Sedona, Arizona. It's 32 degrees. That is freezing for Sedona. Holy smokes. High desert, huh? Flagstaff is freaking cold. You wouldn't think it, but you know, because you're in Arizona, but it is freezing in Flagstaff, Arizona. It's very high elevations. Sedona's like a little suburb. No, that's not it. That's I'm thinking about Flagstaff. No, I'm not thinking of Flagstaff. Which one is that? This is the worst thing in the world. Sometimes my brain goes blank. Can I garden out there? Yes. Of course you can. Tons. Look at all the foliage near me right now. Tons of it. There's the Bitcoin Bay. It's not really. It just says BTC Bay on it. It's like eBay, but for Bitcoin. So for real, what is BTC? Civic Center. They've been building this for years. There's a big garden in the middle, but you can't go into the public space. It's like, why? Why bother? Why tease me like this? City Hall's down here too. BTC Bay 24. I wonder what that actually stands for. Oh, Bonneville Transit Center 24. Huh. Civic Center, East Bonneville Street. Vegas Chamber Workforce Connections. They've already leased this building. That's cool. But there's nobody in here. Nobody's really taken any kind of occupancy of this place yet, you can see. Chino Valley. Chino is a slang term in Hispanic for China. It's like, I think it's derogatory, Chino Valley. When will the tunnel go to airport? Long time from now, man. They haven't even started that leg of it. You just better hope that Elon Musk doesn't get bored of his Vegas tunnel experiment. So we can't go in here, but they built this really cool area. Lots of natural grass and seating, but it's locked down like it's a maximum security prison or something. They got these human slicing. Oh, this is called the Carolyn G. Goodman Civic Plaza. That's what it is, huh? Art Gallery, City of Las Vegas. They're opening the first actual legit museum out here, which says a lot about our city. There's like no culture. But yeah. Brightline West 2027. I don't know when that's opening. 2030. It's been a while, man. It's been a long time because they don't have. Oh, wait a tick. No. I figured it's not locked, but it's locked. Oh, you know, it's really. Is it locked? Hold on here. No, that's welded shut. Well, why is that even, if that's welded, this is not on a hinge? Huh. Oh, it opens up this way, but they don't have any plans to open it because they have welded this shut. So what's the point even? You build a beautiful thing for people to enjoy, and then you realize you built it right where all the homeless people are, so maybe we shouldn't do that. Smart. Yeah, you want your civic space? You'll get nothing and like it, sir. This is your tax dollars at work. It took 4 years to build. It should have taken them a year. They can build T-Mobile Arena in 18 months. But when the government does things, it takes them 4 years. I didn't say anybody's homeless in particular. I don't think that those guys that we saw were homeless. He says he's working an event. Maybe he is home. I don't know. I don't care. We're actually not even finished the Civic Plaza yet. We have a bunch of stuff they're doing over here, so maybe that's why it's closed. Then we have City Hall, which is cool. Well, Cheryl, I want you to be careful about how, not you, I hope people in general would be careful about how you're labeling folks. Because you may label me as a homeless. You see me walking down, I didn't shave this morning. You might label me as a homeless person. You might think if I didn't have a camera in my hand, if I wasn't rocking a pair of nice AirPods. People label me all the time. I'm okay with that. You know, people either gonna love or hate me, and that's fine. But if you're labeling that person, the question I have is, are you being labeled by people yourself, right? Like if you see somebody, they think a certain thing about you, but you're thinking a certain thing about them. That's the main problem with what we do in our society. We label others, we put tags on them, and it prevents us from growing, I think, as people, you know? I really think it does. And I know I get disrespect places. I know I do, but half the time I don't look that good. But you know, it is what it is. Boom, 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 boom. People ask how to support. I give them the support. No support. That's okay. We just keep swimming. Just keep swimming, guys. And I've told you guys this over and over again, man. Just keep swimming. Just keep doing your thing. Hopefully you connect with people eventually. Oh, we did have one person take advantage of one of our coupon spots today. So thank you so much. I got 2 spots left. So thanks for being part of my course. So now I have to be quiet because there's a guy tracking me right now behind me. He just tried to flank me and grab my phone, but I'm not gonna make a big deal out of it. I'm gonna walk away like I didn't see what he was trying to do, but I know what he was trying to do. I put my phone down there and he was trying to grab it. And you didn't see that, but fingernails are pretty. See that guy pulling his whole life? He's pulling his whole life behind him. He's got his whole life with him, and he wanted to get access to my phone, and my phone would have ended up at the Easy Pond, just by the D Las Vegas over here. So, always be cautious, everybody. Because if you don't, you might have that guy tracking you. Boom, 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 boom. Chino, hey man, pinche chinos. That's what they used to say. Pinche chinos. Hey, he's the reason we can't have nice things. He's the reason why you got to put your bag at the front counter when you go to this terrible station. He's the reason. By the way, that's the jail. No doubt. That old 1970s looking son of a gun is the Clark County Detention Center downtown. Lately I've been... Oh, man. Ooh, I don't like the shade. I should be over there, but I'm over here. Do you use the 360 camera? Yeah, I did it last night. I showed it on the stream last night. I won't show you the whole thing, but it was like this. This was my video. Oops. So I filmed this for the channel last night. We watched it together. And that's how that looked. What? 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 Yeah, 360. I actually filmed afterwards and I put it up for, I'm gonna do some commentary over it and throw it up on the Patreons. For the people that are still there, for all $200 I get a month. Ooh, that sucks. At least he's warmer than I am. You're gonna go, just buy an X5. Just do yourself the favor. Don't try to save $50 or $100. Buy the Insta360 X5. It is the best one, the best AI features. It looks really great. It works incredibly good at night. And most importantly, because you could buy a DJI or an Insta360 X5, it has replaceable lenses. If you break or scuff the lens on a 360 camera, it is now useless, but the Insta360 sells a $35 lens replacement kit that anybody at home can do. You just use a special tool, screw the old lens off, put the old lens on, you fix your lens. Otherwise, you'd have to send it back. And Insta360 is not supporting repairs in the United States. You can buy the camera, probably at a Best Buy, but you can't get service on them. If your lens gets scratched, you are completely, you just spent $450 on something you can never, ever get repaired properly. It has 2 4K sensors on it, yeah. Yeah. Actually, do you guys want to see something cool? Check this out. I took this photo last night with my Insta360 camera from the parking garage. This one here. So this one I took last night from that 360 camera, which if you look at it, there's no image noise. I did it manual. This is a 1-second exposure with a 100 ISO. Brilo says he just sent me $300? That's crazy, bro. You don't have to do that. I'm looking for it. I don't see it. But thank you so much. I don't see anything anywhere, but I'm sure you did, and I trust you on that. That's crazy, guys. Why am I singing Foo Fighters? Oh, you're just kidding? Oh, well, that's not very nice of you to say. Why would you say that to me? Well, because it made you feel good. Everybody here heard me say it. Because here's the thing, if you sent me $3, I'm incredibly grateful. If you send me $300, I'm incredibly grateful. I don't get stuff for free, you understand. I work really, really hard. I work a lot. But I'm glad you feel good. That's all right. We don't get donations on the channel anymore, really. We don't hustle for them. The course takes care of it. When we sell courses, we make some money there. But hey. Wow, we're getting to downtown. Is this open today? Fridays and Saturdays from, oh man, there's like a little market in here with crafts and stuff. I always want to take a look, but they're closed today. You bought the course, but it takes time to get through it. Yeah, it's a long, I got like 100 plus modules in there, man. It's the best price you'll ever pay for something like that. I've been listening to 9 Inch Nails and Foo Fighters lately. That's my big thing now. BMW is not right to repair if they have patented tools, but Apple has like pentalobe screws and stuff like that. Somalis should open up a casino. I don't know, man. You see what that guy Nick Shirley's doing in Minnesota. He's gonna get disappeared, I think, if he keeps it up. I hope that doesn't happen to him. I've met him in real life. He's a nice person. Comes off as a very meek, mild-mannered dude when you're with him and he's not on camera. He's a different person on camera, which is normal. That's how most people are. And I have a feeling if he keeps doing investigative reports, that Nick Shirley fella, he might get disappeared at some point. And I hope that that doesn't happen because I don't want to see any harm come to anybody. Yeah, Best Buy can sell any drones they have in stock. You can fly the drones. No problem. You can buy cameras. You can buy drones. You can buy microphones. But once the stock is gone, there won't be any more DJI stock in the United States. Once it's sold through at retail, there won't be any more coming in, and there will be no further DJI product launches in the United States. Because to do a product launch, a company that makes technology has to send it to the FTC for approval, and the FTC will not approve anything from DJI anymore. Yeah, I met Nick Shirley. We filmed a video together that he never posted. I was excited because such a big channel, but then, you know, he pivoted to journalism. He never posted the video, which sucked. I thought it would have been a great video here in Vegas. Maybe someday he will, but he's a lovely person, and I'm so proud of all of his success and super happy for him. But we spent several hours filming a video doing dangerous stuff on the Las Vegas Strip. It was a cool experience. Even though he's like in his early 20s, he's very inspirational to me. Do you know? I want to do more investigative stuff. I don't know if people would watch it, but I don't care. We'll see. My husband just bought your course. He wanted to support your efforts. Oh, cool. Thank you so much, Anna. He must be Mr. M. I saw that somebody named Mr. M bought the course. That's very nice of him. Thanks to him. Send in your promises. I want to see Foo Fighters this September. I signed up for their pre-sale, but they never sent me an email. I don't know if I can get tickets now. Let's see, I'll turn on my voice isolation. Hopefully it's not too loud out here. Well, Terilio, yeah, of course, that's the idea. You take your base hits and stack them. Of course, man. I teach my traders to go in with micros. None of that will make sense to most of you, but they trade really, really small. But the nice thing about micros is when you multiply them up, now you're making double, triple once you go into bigger positions. So yeah, of course you can, bro. Speaking of Foo Fighters, there goes my hero. I love it. What do they got on tap? I don't drink no more, but Twisted Tea, Truly, Mango Cart. What is this? Oh, that's Heineken. Of course it is. No, that's Dos Equis. They don't have Thai Heineken on tap. Oh yeah, I'm losing net viewers every month now. Truth or consequence, say it loud. Use that evidence, chase it around. Dave Grohl played on Tenacious D and also on Queens of the Stone Age. And something Vultures, I think that was him too. $100,000 truck, y'all. There goes my hero. It's ordinary. That's the 250 edition. That's pretty cool. I love that. This is a Ram Laramie. All the best of them, Peter out. All the rest of them, Peter out. Through the consequence, say it now. Use that evidence, raise it around. Yeah, those are like $100,000 trucks they give away. Do you think it's wise to have a dedicated laptop for trading? I don't think you need a dedicated piece of hardware to trade on. I traded on a MacBook Pro from 2021. Now I trade on a Mac Studio from 2025. But I only have a Mac Studio that costs me $2,500 because I need it for video editing. So you can trade on a $500 laptop so long as you don't have a bunch of other crap running in the background, you're fine. You don't need specialized stuff, you just need a computer. Some people do that. I think it's a little bit overkill, but if you have the money, like, go buy nice stuff, dude. Well, Mark is already in my course, so he's asking, what about a tablet? Well, Mark knows the answer because one of the first videos I have is, don't use a tablet. You can, but you should not. But yeah, you could use a tablet, but you're not going to have as good a time. Although you might. I might change my mind on that. It's possible that you know how to use your tablet as good as I know how to use my laptop. Oh yeah, Bitcoin mining would be fun, but I don't have the resources. Nobody does. Nobody watching this stream can buy. Well, that's not true. Rewind. Anybody watching this stream could mine Bitcoin, but you're not going to ever get any meaningful returns off of Bitcoin mining because anybody can do it. Anybody can be part of the blockchain. Anybody can keep the ledger. But to actually solve the transactions, we explain this all in my cryptos course, which is available for free right now with my trading course. So anybody who's doing that stuff, like, you're not going to really be the one to, actually reap any benefits off of it. There's other things you can mine. I mean, there's DOGECOIN, there's Litecoin, there's cashapp, but it costs a lot of electricity and you need specialized gear, and you have to know if your electrical bill will be larger than your returns every month, that it's not worth your time to do it. We explain all the blockchain stuff in the crypto course. Why not start another channel for stocks? Because I don't want to, largely, Bruce. Because this channel has a lot of people that watch economics channels that are already watching my channel, so why would I start over? That's all. They're finally playing alternative music down here, which I love. They were playing country for the longest time because of the Cowboys. It's not starting over. Bruce, I don't know how many channels you've grown, brother. I don't know how many YouTube channels you've had. I don't know if you understand what it's like to actually make content that's good. But it is starting over, and it's not a small endeavor. It's called growing. No, you're right, yeah, be growing. Starting from scratch. How's that? It's a commercial, that's why it's... Oh, this is the New Year's. They got Robin Thicke, Shingy, whatever, at least one of them I know. And country, of course. I bought a $2,000 course in November. Well, you didn't pay $2,000. Oh, you bought the 1K course, you meant. Just send me an email. Send me an email. I'll send you a coupon to give you the crypto course for free. And there's a secret email in the course. You got to use that one. Okay? So you want to get the crypto course at no cost. I got no problem doing that. But I need you to email me with the specialized student-only email, and I'll send you a coupon today for it, for free. Good. I wanted to make sure, because some people buy it for $2,000. They don't apply the coupon, and then they get mad and they do a chargeback, which ruins my life. Guys, don't do chargebacks on anybody. Always try to work it out with the company. Chargebacks are really bad for business. We went from Foo Fighters in the early 2000s to the 70s. How do chargebacks affect a business? Well, that's a really great question. I'm sure they're business owners. I get a lot of trolls that tell me I'm a moron, but here's what I understand, because when I sold marketing and advertising, people would do chargebacks because they didn't understand that they were buying. And we'd always try to work it out with them beforehand. But when you do a chargeback on a business, the bank immediately freezes and takes away from the business for that transactional amount, right? And they notify the business. They tell the business that you have a certain countdown timer to either accept this chargeback or fight the chargeback. And if you're going to fight the chargeback, it takes all this time, all this resources from the company to prove that the chargeback is largely invalid, which in a lot of cases, in most cases, depending on the company type and the business type, it usually is. So you have to divert time and resources, and now you've lost money that you needed for operational income, and then it takes up to 90 days for that chargeback to go through. If the person gets their money, it's kind of frozen, and even if the person is in the wrong, the business still has to wait for their money to come back. Hey, nice to meet you. So it really puts a bump in the road for the company to do business, when half the time things can be settled if they just reach out to the business, and it can be fixed a lot faster. This guy's a good singer, but he hates the camera, so I can't show him. Plus, yeah, you lose fees, you lose money. That guy's a good singer, but he'll never let you show him on camera. He stops. He acts like a Boo in the Super Mario series, where if you look at him, they disappear and they freeze up. It's so stupid. I wanna take you for granted. No, he just thinks that I'm trying to take advantage of him. Some people, guys, listen. A lot of people live in a state of lack. Their life is lacking. They think in either ors. Which one, if I had to make a choice, would I go for? This one or that one? This person is filming me, therefore they are taking value from me without giving value to me. So they think like that. And some people would take that as an opportunity, and they'd be like, hey, this is an opportunity. Talk to this guy. Maybe there's a famous music producer watching. I don't know. Maybe I'll get donations. I don't know. But he thinks in a lack mindset, I would imagine. I don't know him personally. I don't care about the business since they might be in on the scam. Yeah, I mean, that's a take, you can say, but that's largely a take for somebody who's never run a business, and I'm not saying anything negative towards you. You're one of my students. I love you to death. But you have to think about it. Is a business scamming you, or do you have a misunderstanding? Because it's like, to me, jumping to those conclusions really quickly that the thing that's happening against you is an affront on you as a person is largely the problem with society today. You know, everybody thinks that if you don't do everything perfectly in line with what I think, you must be attacking me. I don't know. No, that's the way I look at it, you know. This is not a public place. You guys think this is a public street. It's not. It's owned by the FSC, the Fremont Street Experience. Credit card company is handling it because a person stole my number and put it on their Apple Pay. And see, that's a great point. If you have identity theft, it's completely different. It's not the same as, you know, it's not the same as like you went to Hennessy's Tavern and you opened a bar tab and they charged you $400 and you said, I never drank that much. And so instead of contacting the business and discussing your bill and asking if you can get a credit statement, maybe finding out that you did drink that much, you immediately contact Visa through the dispute process in your app and you say, I didn't do this, and then Visa immediately freezes it, gives you a provisional credit on your account, takes away from Hennessy's Tavern, and then Hennessy's Tavern has to put person and time and resources into finding your statement and providing it to Visa and saying, they sure did drink that much, it's Vegas and they lost track. That's how most people are handling disputes nowadays. That hurts the business. That's all I'm saying. Red alert, heart attack grill. So that's the problem, right? Like when I was in the magazine, the advertising business, I was very explicit. I had to start recording my sales conversations with people. It's a 2-year agreement. You're paying the first issue up front, and then we're charging you $600 a month for 21 months. And you're getting this, 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 and this. And they'd say yes. They would sign the DocuSign. They would pay for their first issue. They'd get all their free benefits. Then they would cancel their card and dispute transactions that hit their account. They say, I didn't know. He didn't tell me that. He said it was just one-time payment of $1,800. Well, I most certainly did not. So I started recording my phone calls. And then we had to hire a quality control person that would send another agreement to the person saying that you understand that you are signing a 21-month agreement, which you can cancel anytime after that 21 months or go month to month. We had to do that because people would always dispute the charges. If you had 5 disputes worth $600, that's $3,000 in 1 month that gets frozen from your accounts and goes back to the people until you then get somebody to get 5 contracts together and explain to the Visa company or the MasterCard or whomever that this is what they signed. They legally signed this. Now we have evidence on top of evidence on top of evidence, but they've already given the money back to the client. And then the client loses that money later. And then the client gets into a fight with you and says you're scammers. You're not a scammer. That's what I mean about chargebacks. Yeah. Did I get banned for kidding about the 300? No, Brelo, you didn't get banned, brother. You lost a lot of good nature with my audience probably, but I didn't ban you. It's okay, bro. I had somebody when I was broke and poor say that they sent me $500 to my P.O. box. It doesn't exist anymore. And he kept up the ruse for like 3 weeks. I believed him because he had been on my chat for a long time and he had been sending me $10 here, $10 there. And then he said he sent me a money order for $500. And I really was like, oh my God, that's so generous. That helps so much. But he never sent it. I didn't ban him. I banned Tara because she publicly announced she was quitting my channel. And then she was like, by the way, how's your lovely wife? When's she coming back? I'm like, you don't get to ask that. You just said you're quitting. I'll help you quit. I'm going to help you. How about we give you an assist on that? Anyway. I'm so happy that it's Sunday and I can pull 300 people on a Sunday. Do, do, do. Do you really want to hurt me? Do you really want to? But in business, those are the risks that you take. You know, as anything in life has risk, huh? It's true. Everything in life has a risk, I guess. You never know where it's going to come and where it's going to go. Now I feel bad. Why do you feel bad? Hey, listen, my wife gave me sage advice once. She said, if you want to stop apologizing and feeling bad, just stop doing the things that make you apologize and feel bad. This area, I don't think this area is seedy. Look, this place finally opened up and they got rid of the Donald Trump mural. Limelight Social Company. Hopefully they market this better than they did the last place. The last place was quick to close. They're not even open yet. So are you telling me they did all this construction without getting a permit for the alcohol? Interesting. Oh, wow. These guys have some balls, huh? They did all this construction on this building. This building was completely different just 4 weeks ago. And they did all this construction, and they don't even have a hearing for their alcohol permit until January 13th. Hey, listen, that takes some cojones to do. Like, you're so sure, you've got certainty that you're going to get that permit, I guess. This is the Bar Grill Hookah Cigar Lounge nightclub. They don't know what they're doing. They're like, what do you do? I do a little bit of everything. What do I do? I got bar, I'm a grill, I got hookahs, cigars, nightclubs. What do you want? You want to buy a Rolex? I got a Rolex for you. Look at this great deal on a 1997 Honda Civic. You can have it for $200. I got everything. Just come to my place. It's called Limelight. I sell you anything you want me to buy. I mean, you buy anything, I sell it. I do a little bit of everything. Talk about having no direction. No, that's not what Trump sounds like. That's not, just give me some money. I don't care. Shut up. What do you want? You want girls? You want boys? Not boys. I'm not Epstein. I mean, you want guys? You want girls? You want animals? It's not really legal, but I got a guy with a horse ranch just 5 miles from here. It's a front. That's not Trump. You want to know what Trump sounds like? I don't even want to do Donald Trump impression. I don't know why. I got to be in the right mood to do a Donald. And it's a bad Donald Trump. Is that Jewish? I don't know. What is, you think that's Jewish? I guess. Yeah, the weather, it got warmer. Is this an EV? Oh, look at this truck. I really like this. You guys probably hate it. Look at the look of this thing. It looks like I'm looking at something from Back to the Future 2. Dang! That's the guy who owns it. He's a cowboy. I don't want to piss him off. This is a Silverado. That's a EV Silverado. Dang, son. Look at the mirrors go in. Trail Boss. Hey, look, it almost looks like it says Trail Bows. Look at the charging port. That is a charging port for the ages. Nice. Do you like this thing? It's pretty boss looking. That's got to be, I'm not seeing it. I live here and we see EVs all the time.
Yeah.
So I've not seen one of these Silverado EVs. So.
This is a 2026.
That's gorgeous, man.
But yeah, they're pretty.
What kind of range does it get, if I can ask?
400.
See, it's funny because my audience on this chat yesterday, I said, well, you know, they're getting to 400 miles. Nobody does 400 miles. I'm like, the anti-EV people will tell you they're the worst things in the world.
I only charge it to 80% usually, but like when I charge it to 100, I get 400 miles.
That's impressive, man. You could almost get to LA without charging. That's cool.
Yeah, I went to Phoenix on it.
Very cool, man. Very cool. So there you go, 400 miles. That was the thing last night. By the way, I have to delete my live streams now. That's a thing in my life. I meant to mention that at the beginning of my stream today. If you're watching this, there's no re-watching this. I have to delete my live streams because YouTube, most cases, like today, I don't think I have to delete anything. But when it's bedlam and crazy on the strip, I can't, the YouTube AI is like gone off the rails and they're deleting channels. They're deleting the channel because the AI misreads something. It's really excessive. Like if I had a bunch of spam comments in the chats right now, I'd have to delete the video. It's crazy. I shouldn't say anymore. Almost guaranteed all the people at the bus stop have less debt than the people walking. I don't know. That's cool, man. 400 miles. He's like, I only charge it to 80%. If I go to 100%, it's 400 miles. That's a nice truck, I gotta say. Cool. Yeah, it's a big problem. Go on X. Go on to X platform. Type in YouTube deleted my channel or something like that. And you'll see it's like they've deleted millions of channels in the last year. A lot of it is AI slop channels, which I'm all for. There's a lot of bad Vegas AI slop channels producing a bunch of garbage content right now, but oh man, this is where it gets rough, dude. Park Avenue. You can tour this place today. Wow, look at that. Covered parking limited. Appliances included. Pet-friendly on-site laundry. What about this place? Wow, free Wi-Fi, TV, and utilities. Fully furnished, move in today, short or long-term leases. These are weekly hotels. These are not really good to live in, but they're better than living on the street. Yeah, the lives have to vanish if I got to vanish them, if I got to tear them down because I see something I don't like. Or there's a guy on YouTube, he was holding a microphone in his hand, and YouTube AI tells people where the problem is. It'd be like, we can't monetize your video, or you have a channel strike because of this portion of your video. And it was a he was holding an old-fashioned microphone, and it thought it was a pew-pew. You know, the thing that hurts people, right? It was a microphone. The AI mislabeled it. The AI looked at his images, and it had a false data point, and it said he was showing those bad things that hurt people. This is, ever been down here? I think I have, but I never really kind of explored. Let's go explore this way. Yep. For reals, that actually happened. Do the renters pull the appliances out and sell them? Of these places? Nah. You'd be hard pressed to move an appliance out of this place without the owners being like, hey bro, what are you doing? What do you think about the child actor that some TikToker found homeless and tried helping him, and the family told him they needed mental help? That's true, largely true, right? Like Rob Reiner's son needed mental help. He didn't need his father to be like, it's okay, son. His father got tricked by his son and didn't listen to the doctors, and now Rob Reiner's not with us anymore. Yeah, I don't know. You might be like, well, that's so nice and it's so great, but if you give money, look, if you guys ever start making substantial money, you don't understand until the money starts coming in how easy it would be to destroy oneself. And if you start making more money than you did before, and you have vices, you have problems, you have mental issues, you're in big trouble. What is this? What is... Oh. It's one of these customized cars that are like for autonomous driving. It's the vagina car. I call it Vay because it sounds like... sounds like the... my vaping. Anyways. Remote controlled cars. Now, I'm all for self-driving, but I don't know if I'm for remote controlled cars that somebody else drives. Money doesn't solve problems, they say. Well, that's not true. Money solves the problem of poverty. Money solves the problem of not being able to help family who are far away. On the flip side, money doesn't solve everything. If you're a bad person and you get money, congratulations, you're a worse person. You know? I want to see what this is, because these don't typically grow out here. I don't know what flower this is, but I've never seen one just growing in the middle of the desert like this. Wow. That's real interesting. Yeah, Lamont, just send me a text or whatever. I'm going to probably just hang around downtown afterwards anyways. Fraser Hall. So we got some old buildings down here. This is like the 110-year-old version of Vegas. That's the first high school in Vegas. Now we have these new condos. So Fraser Hall, there's some history here. It's probably all locked up. We can't go and check out inside. There's an old building here I've never seen. Let's go over here. No chats, so I don't have to say anything. That's good. This guy's a lot of old buildings. Brelo says he just signed up for my course. Oh man, I might be in trouble. Brelo, the guy who punked me. I still love you, Brelo. I don't got no problem, dude. Like I said, that guy, he still browses into my chats. His name is Chucky Gold. He's a guy who lied to me about sending me 500 in the mail. You know what I mean? Send in your scale. Thank you if you did buy the course. That's cool. Send in your skeletons. Sing as their bones come marching in. Again. They need you buried deep. The secrets that you keep on at the ready. Are you ready? I'm finished making sense. Oh, see, Brelo's punking me again. Oh, man, Brelo. I don't have a third strike in my heart for you. You're gone, brother. Sounds dumb, pleading ignorance, that whole defense. So this is a cool little academy for the children's. The wheel is spinning me. It's never ending, never ending. Same old. Look at all this academic stuff you never knew existed down here. Top of the morning, Steven. Salute to the chat. Hope all is well. Thank you so much, Fresco. Yeah. Brelo thought it was funny telling me he sent me $300, and he thought it was funny telling me he bought the course. I only had one sign up on the course, so I got 2 spots left to change your life in 2026. Although ain't nobody buying anything. You're all broke because of the Christmas. I get you. You haven't even gotten your credit card statements unless you did all your shopping in November, but nobody's buying right now. That's okay. Just keep swimming. I had a Wells Fargo credit card gift check intercepted and cashed by someone else. What'd I do? Contact the company. You had a Wells Fargo credit card gift check. Man, you got me, dude. What do? I would reach out to Wells Fargo. I'd reach out to the person. So what, they sent you a gift card and it got intercepted? Is that what you're saying to me? That sucks, man. Digital gift cards for the win, because you can just shoot it to your phone or your email, then it can't be physically intercepted. Look at all this new building construction down here. The Black Box Theater right next to the Hovel Inn. The Burnout Manor. Dang. Huh. I'm really off the beaten path. You know, I've been in this town 21 years now, officially, and I've never been down here. So this is cool. Look at all this, man. Wow. It's impressive. It's too bad that it has to be all chain linked up. I don't know what a cashback gift check is. It sounds like it's a thing that was issued to your name. So I would assume the company would cover it. If not, if you didn't do it, it should be a part of their fraud department. But I don't know anything about that. I'm sorry. When I don't know about stuff, I don't talk about stuff. I wonder what it would be like to have gone through LV High School. Yeah, you'd be drinking martinis with Dean Martin at lunchtime. No, I don't. Would have been a different era, that's for sure. These old little houses. We're on 10th. I'm way off. I got to be careful because this could turn into really bad really fast. It looks chill. There's nobody down here, but I should be quiet because there's actually a reason that this is like this. And if it was a nice neighborhood, this wouldn't be like this. But it is like this. Oh, a gift check is a cash advance in paper form? I know a lot of you guys are like, I like paper. Well, there's your paper. That's the problem. There's some good stuff about everything being electronic. Oh, my signal just died. There's a YouTuber that drives in the bad neighborhoods. Is it Vegas Don? He's on TikTok. He's going to get himself into trouble. I don't think it's right to exploit the homeless population for social media gains, personally. The Costco business store near downtown always annoys visitors trying to buy alcohol. Fix itself up here. So I just joined the chat. Love your content. What neighborhood is that? You're usually on the Strip. Now you can see the stratosphere right there. We're just off of downtown. I saw these old historical school buildings. Like, think about this, right? This building here, 410 South 10th Street. Obviously, school building. Very much not this era. Incredibly old building, right? And then right next to it, you have the appendage, the brand new construction that they did. Across the street, I'm gonna say this area looks very safe and nice. Zero trash anywhere on the streets. You guys think I'm some kind of like Chicken Little sky is falling? I have to look at the crime statistics for this neighborhood. This is where you buy a house that they say has good bones. That just is realtor speak for this house is really old. But there's nothing wrong with old homes. There's actually a lot of benefits to buying an old home as long as it passes its inspection, as opposed to going in with a new house construction that could have all sorts of issues. This is a church that's relatively new looking. This is the kind of architecture you never get in this town, right? Now, we go down that way. Something that's interesting about this neighborhood is the amount of wires. Let me show you this real quick, okay? So you don't usually see this, but this is how you know you're in an older neighborhood in Vegas. Those. The incredible amount of telephone poles. This is old neighborhood, right? You know, this is like stuff out here built in the 1920s, 30s, 40s, and 50s, right? So we're bordering on 100 years. These are like 60s architecture over here. Okay, family search, chump. I didn't call you a chump. But it says a lot when nothing is enclosed with fences. Like this parking lot is not boxed in with a giant chain link fence, right? We got people doing renovations on properties down here. So, oh, I know where we are now. Okay, we're gonna go out to here. This is gonna be Charleston. This is Charleston. This area is really eclectic and bad and good. This is one of the areas where the Filipino community made its mark in Vegas at first. I mean, this is a nice looking area. Would I move here? Maybe. I might. Now, famous last words, because the minute I say something like that, I have some guy with like a 12 gauge come on. Get off my property. Okay, geez Louise. All right, Cecil, it's gonna be fine, dude. By the way, you trade the markets? These assholes always selling his course. But yeah, you got like these old bones houses out here. It's pretty cool. Pretty nice. Yeah, this is old. Look at this. What in the heck? Hey, here's an idea. We're gonna build a building. And I like the Rolling Stones. What do you mean? Well, I once saw a red door and I wanted painted black. So I'm gonna paint my building black. How's that for you? How's that working out for your heat and your insulation? There's a homeless person living over here. Right there. Leave me alone. Found my place. This ain't a church. I don't know what this is. This is burned out actually. There's a, you can see like a little microwave oven or something up here. This may be an abandoned building. You can kind of tell certain neighborhoods in Vegas used to be nice or decent and are now awful. It's brand new. Oh, these are offices. What am I looking at? Oh, yeah, this place is not, yeah, you can see the plywood up above. Okay, we got to approach this with caution because at any given moment, there's squatters in here. Is this content I could do on the channel? I want to look at real life Vegas, but the problem is I need a bodyguard. What? Are you guys seeing this? Whoa. Huh. Oh, it's right there. See right there? That's where they're getting in. They're living underneath there. It's that area. They've jimmied that off. But what I was surprised about was this actually goes down, and we don't have basements out here. These homes may have basements, but yeah, this place is burned out. There's squatters in here. This might be the same owner because it's black. What did I say about watching what I say and thinking it's a good neighborhood? But then look across the street, right? You got like, you know, darling, let's take a drive through old-fashioned Connecticut. Oh, isn't the Victorian architecture beautiful? It's like that out there. So we got a lot of weird styles out here. Now, most of these buildings have been repurposed for businesses and offices. So if we walk down this street, whoa. Look at the old wood. That is rad. Damn. Can I imagine buying this place, having this place, being able to build a beautiful desert landscape out here. You know, the windows are brand new. The roof is brand new on this house. I'm telling you, man, old bones. So this is 529 9th Street. Let's look this up, okay? Let's look up 529 9th Street and see what this is. Okay, 529 9th Street. Las Vegas, Nevada. Okay. So on Zillow, what do you guys think this place is worth on Zillow? What's his estimate on this place? Give me an idea. Looking at 529 9th Street. Wow. What do you guys think this is estimated? 88K, 130, higher. Keep going. Our market's upside down. Vegas market is nonsense right now. 450, a little bit lower, Vic. Nice to see you on the chat. Now this one sells for 261.4. That's the estimate. Not to say that's what it sells for. I mean, things sell for whatever people say they're going to sell for. But this area is really different. Look, we got a Zoox car. This is a Zoox car over here. So when you guys see the Zoox on the strip, those are the cars that are getting all the data. There's a person in that car. No, yeah, there is. I was getting excited. Oh my gosh, there's no person in there. There's a person in there. But yeah, so a lot of businesses, like these are businesses. This right here might be a multi-family dwelling. Maybe. I don't think these are businesses out here. Can I buy a garage in California for that? 260, well, I mean, the way the estimates work is they look at comps, but this area doesn't really have comps because like this is a law firm. This is a professional center. This is it's got a sign out here. This is a rebuilding together a safe and healthy home for every person. Something that helps people rebuild law offices. Got a lot of crime, a lot of law offices down here, that's for sure. Let's see if there's any residential. So like, how do you find comps? You can't find comps or comparable prices to algorithmically make a, this is a real house. So 617, let's see what 617 behind me is worth. Sending your promises. 617 9th Street. What do you think this one's worth? Gonna say around the same, 627 628. I want 617. I mistyped. 617 South 9th. Whoa! This one here, though, is $483,000 for this little cracker box. Wonder why it's so much. What makes these so expensive? They're little tiny houses, man. They're not like mansions. 480. Whew. Yuck. This is where everything has bars on it. Everything. In other words, no trespassers, no anything. Please don't break into my crap and steal everything like the last time. These remind me of the homes I lived in southern Ontario as a kid. They're really close to the ground. One level. You can see the brick stovetop on that right there, the brick fireplace right there. They probably have wood-burning wood-burning fireplaces, which you can't get in Nevada anymore. All the new home construction has been transitioned into natural gas if you have any kind of a fireplace whatsoever. Now there's another neighborhood over here. I'm not going to make it down there today because we're already 2 hours into the stream, but it's called the Huntridge. And I'd live in the Huntridge area. We have a friend, I don't know if he's still up and kicking. He was in his late 80s when we last ran into him years ago. But he was Liberace's personal chef. And yeah, he lived in the Huntridge area. And there's a place in there called the Mansion, which was Liberace's house. And they were trying to make it into an event center and stuff like that. Look at this, though. How, like, Cali postmodern can you get? Like the biggest, greenest, ugliest lawn in the world. 707. Now, what do you think this one's worth? Take a guess, guys. Take a guess on this one. So we're going to go back to our search results page, 707. Take a guess on this house. You guys have any guess? 650? Okay. 707. 409. I'd say this is nicer. This is 1,331 square feet for $409,000. 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. It's really been the same price forever. It's not on the market, obviously. It tells me more about the house. Last sold in 2022 for $365,000. So there's your equity right there, downtown Las Vegas. As Zillow used to tell you, and it might still be on the page, but I don't know. What's crazy is that it went from $425,000 to $399,000 to $375,000 to $375,000 to $365,000 to $409,000 all throughout this time. Overview. It doesn't tell me how old the house is. I'm trying to see what the age of this place is. Until interior parking lot size, construction, 1940. So this was built in 1940s. So this is a 1940s construction that's been obviously nice and redone on the front with modern day siding and stuff like that. The law offices of Louis C. Schneider. The law offices of James R. Cox. No law offices. Ugly ass pink building though, I tell you that much. Yuck. Broken down, somebody with disabilities lives here because you got the ramps. 717. You got, like, see the trees up there? This is the problem. This is why arborists can do well in Vegas. Because this tree is nearly growing into the house. And they won't stop, and it's going to go on the roof, and it's going to cause damage to your roof. If I lived there, I would just climb up on the roof. Like, I got it. We're good. Probably turf wasn't there, some law. Well, it's not that it's a law or ordinance. It's just that the Southern Nevada Water Authority, they're like, hey, would you like to make some money on your taxes next year? Great. Well, pay money to install artificial desert landscaping or turf, and we'll reimburse you on your taxes. So they've been incentivizing people to stop using real grass for a long time out here. And then we have Mo, and it literally says money over everything. money over everything to the extent that they couldn't actually get a sign. They just went with the tarpaulin and let the sun beat the living hell out of it, because I need money over everything. Good for you, Mo. And then this is one of the first neighborhoods I ever went to in Vegas. This is just on the other side of downtown. This is East Charleston, where things can get dicey at night. Everything here looks like a house, not a house. The Mexican consulate's down here. We have like the place where if you don't have any money, you go and you get your free lawyer down here. You got some construction. I assume this is probably Civic. Probably the government doing something, because this is where like there's government buildings all out in this area. To my regulars, you enjoying having me on camera, or are you like, shut up and turn the camera around? Chiropractors, barberings. So let's see if we can figure out what this construction site is over here. So we got construction site out here. Whatever they're building, it's not that tall. And we're 8 blocks off the beaten path. I'm getting my calorie burn in today. Well, they'll have a public permit posted somewhere, but it's actually a pretty big slab that they built out here. I don't see any elevators, so I imagine it's not going to be that big. The elevators usually go in first. I predicted this was a city building or not-for-profit. Hope is getting my credits up so I can graduate. I told you. Yep, this is like an educational thing. They put them in these depressed neighborhoods. Maybe I should go here. I'm a high school dropout. That's me. Hi, can I get my credits up to graduate? I don't know if the Legal Aid Center left. I know, like I told you, this was the Legal Aid Center. Maybe they pulled up shop. Maybe they're not here no more. The sign is gone. Going back and forth is fine, but definitely show more of the streets to give us the sights. I'm a high school dropout too, but I work for insurance and for Experian. I wish they would trim these trees. This is for people riding bikes. And for people riding scooters, this is not fun. But they keep the trees low for shade. Yeah, this is still the Legal Aid Center. The sign's up there. There's a Masonic temple across the street. Oh my gosh. That's still a thing, huh? Dr. Azimi, listen, I called this place once and I was trying to sell them advertising. I was nice about it. There were some of the rudest, most ignorant people I've ever met on the phones. They treat me like I wasn't a human being. Now, I'm not saying that the doctor is a bad doctor. He might be an excellent doctor. He has several locations out here. But he hires some people who will not treat you nice on the phone. And my experience, and I can't prove any of it, is that the rot comes from the top and it goes down. So technically, when somebody's going to be rude to you on the phone, probably means the office manager's not that nice. And if the office manager's not that nice, it can mean that the business owner is kind of a prick. But I remember that name. I'll never forget that name. I'll never use that dentist. But I'm not saying you shouldn't. I'm just sharing my personal experience, and then what you're going to do is you're going to make that that decision. There it is. Consulado de México. Bienvenidos. Abogados. Call 555-5555. 24/7. That's the consulate. It's been here for years. I should go in there and be like, I demand English. Why? Why? Well, everybody who's here from Mexico demands I speak Spanish. So I figured I'd come to your technical turf because I think this isn't, how does this work? Is this, wait, hold on. Quick question for the chats. Social experiment. Am I technically now with my toes in Mexican soil? Is that how this works with these things? I don't know. I'm sure there's some military people who can tell me properly. Like, okay, real question, I don't know. You get free tacos with your consultation? Holy snot balls. Look it, man, here's the deal. I hate stereotypes. I'm Canadian. I can't play hockey worth a damn. I think Tim Hortons is probably overrated, but those are my stereotypes. Stereotype. Do you want to live your stereotype? Because there you are. I know some hardworking Mexican folks who are solid earth, wonderful people. But my question is, if somebody came here, are they protected from everything? Like, is that how it works? I don't know. Free talk, what the fuck? Sorry to curse, I'm just blown away, but that was an offer. Like, it's not open today. I'll be like, hey, listen, can I get a taco? And he's like, yep. Is this the car the lawyer drives? Don't trust this lawyer if that's his car. He drives a roller skate. Maybe he drives this truck. Whoa, this truck's been in a pursuit. I'm gonna tell you what right now. I don't want to know the story of this truck. That's yeah, that's a Spanish name if I ever did. Oh, Dios mío. So I don't know how that works. I mean, like, for reals, man. Come on. Free tacos with your... Could you not pander to your community? Senor Reed. Senor... Bienvenido, Senor Reed. I'm not saying it's not a Hispanic name. I'm just saying. Oh, how fun is that? We got boarded up buildings over here. Whoa. Nearly broke my neck just now. Dick Van Dyke showed that. Gratis tacos y tortas y cervezas. That is so... Oh, that's a trip, man. Let's go back out to Las Vegas Boulevard now. We're on the boulevard. Is it hot out there? It's 55 degrees. That is a Saul Goodman type of thing, isn't it? That is, man. That's a Saul Goodman type of deal. This is a community health center for if you got the syphilis and you can't afford a doctor. Yip, 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 yip. Watch out. Watch out. Next to the Mexican consulate. It's not a bad idea. Good marketing. Do Mexican people really gonna select an attorney based on a free taco? That's something, I don't know about that. What's next to the Canadian consulate? Like, You get a free 2-for when you come in to me, eh? I take good care of you. What's your name? Oh, my name is Lawyer Edward Gonzalez. Because, you know, the read. Anyways, it's a long-running joke, and I have to explain it, which means it's not very funny. Anyway, Charleston. You got to keep going. Don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling.
Wait.
Don't tell me what to do, prick.
Wait.
Let's go across the street and see what's over there. That's evidently a good restaurant called Donna Maria's. We buy everything. Highest prices paid. This is by this is by Pawn Stars. What's that tall building across from you? Condos. Condos, ugly, because I think the parking is there and they didn't build it underground. So now the condo has this stupid looking 10-story blank wall. I think they should put something on it. Well, so we get some downtime. This is a time for me to talk about one more time about my my product that keeps our videos free, keeps the bills paid, and keeps the lights on, and keeps our cell phone plans paid. For many of you guys going into 2026, this is a time of transition, a time of resolutions, a time of starting over, getting a new opportunity for yourself. A lot of you guys already watch economics channels. You guys have your pulse on the economy. You're watching everything. You're wondering, when is it going to be my turn to capitalize on this kind of stuff? I don't have the resources. I can't invest money right now. I don't have $20,000 to put into things. So I actually have a course that I do that you guys might be very interested in. I've been trading for years now, and what I've done over the time is developed a system. It's like a scalping system where my traders that I have in my course called 1K a day go in and they learn how to understand the markets. They learn how to know, when the market goes up, you can capitalize, and when it goes down, you can capitalize too. I have over 700 students in the course. It's incredibly approachable. It's something that we teach called base hits, where people can start bit by bit with paper trading, which is really just practice trading, where there's zero risk to you because it's virtual money, and move on to prop firms if they want, which charge a nominal fee, $15 right now for one of those prop firms. You use the coupon code that I give you to take the test, and then one day you can potentially make some money for yourself. And most of my traders that start off have no absolute idea of the markets, and some of them do. And before too long, they're posting me their wins and telling me how great they're doing. This man is taking a urination break on the side of this building as I'm doing my ad read. So, if you want to take the piss out of life like that guy, I want you guys to consider my course 1K a day. It's on the deal of a lifetime right now. I have a couple of spots. I had somebody that capitalized today to support the channel and learn a new skill. And you guys can get it plus my crypto primer course right now for $199, one price. It's all you ever pay. There's hundreds of different modules in the course. The videos start you off small and wade you into the waters, and before you know it, you're telling your friends stuff that they don't even understand. And you're the one that they look to figure all this stuff out. And you can help somebody one day with it too. So click on the link, go see my 3-minute, 50-second long video if you guys want to learn this kind of stuff and you guys are thinking it's about time that you got a skill that nobody can take from you. Type in the code JS1 for Jumpstart 1. You get 2 courses for the price of 1. When you get to the site, it'll say it's $2,900. You type in the code, you get it for $199. That's the only price you'll ever pay. And I add to it every single week. Every single week I'm adding stuff all the time. The course will never die. It'll be like the Sherry. Be like Sherry. Remember Sherry? This is the course that never ends. It just goes on and on, my friend. Some wacko started making it, not knowing what it was, and he'll continue making it. Do I sell my course in Canada? Yeah. Can you do it? Yes. Lots of Canadian traders, bro. I'm Canadian myself. Look at my hat. I'm even wearing it. Yeesh. Maple Leaf Pride, baby. So yeah, you can do my course in Canada, Australia, Europe. You can participate in the markets from any of those places. Go do it. Get it now because the price goes up because my platform is like, hey man, you have over 700 students. We don't have enough money coming out your ass. And if you charge the retail rate $2,000, which it's worth, I think, then we'll make way more money. So go do it now before the price goes up to either $299 or $350 coming soon. That guy behind me, one of my students, he was just bragging about the course. You sound like Blind Melon Chitlin from Cheech and Chong, which is racist now, so I won't repeat it. You should donate your course to the homeless guy. Listen, no, here's the thing. I don't give the course out for free to anybody. The reason being is that if I give it to you for free, it holds no value to you. Anybody here, a parent, ever give your kid a car? How'd they treat it?
Wait.
Are you a parent? Tell me about how that worked.
Wait.
Well, I'm waiting for your answer.
Wait.
I'm not going to wait much longer. Yeah, you have to have ownership of something. Yeah. If you like the content sold on Jacqueline, go do it. Where are you at in Canada if you're okay to tell me? Love the Canadians, man. There was a Canadian in the parking lot the other day. I went out to the park. Went out to Floyd Lamb State Park. And there was a Wild Rose Country license plate right in there. And I could identify that Canadian. I was like, that's a Canadian. Shh, don't tell anybody. I love the natural grass down here. My dad sold me, my friend. Yes. There it is. Just keep swimming, mud sharks. Sharks have to keep swimming because they need so much oxygen that they get from the water that if they don't swim even when they're sleeping, they die. So in life, I need you guys to just keep swimming. So go get it before the price goes up. Give yourself the opportunity. Become my student. I'll be there for you. I'll be there for you when the rain starts to pour. I'll be there for you like I've been there before. Outside of Toronto, you're in the GTA. Where you at, huh? You at Etobicoke? You in Mississauga? You in Markham? You in Hamilton? You in St. Catharines? You in Niagara Falls, dog? Are you in Oshawa? I don't know, I'm just naming random things. Did I get any of them right? Just kidding. How do you know so much? I used to live in that area. When I was like 8, 9 years old, and we left. Theaters. There's theaters here? Really? Interesting. Thornhill, you in Newmarket? You in Etobicoke? You in Etobicoke? You got any Coke? I heard they do a lot of that. In Kingston. I don't know. Can you do your course in Alberta? Mark's already a student. He's just priming the crowd. Thanks, Mark. Yeah, you can do my course in Alberta. You sure can. Ding, 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 ding. So no one told you life was gonna be this way. That's hard to do. It's hard to clap that fast. I just banged my leg. Clap, 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 clap. Oh, that hurts. That's gonna leave a mark. Job's a junkie broke. They told you you have AIDS. What? Well, you're having unprotected sex in New York City. Congratulations. How come I know all the words to that? I can't even watch Friends. By the way, this is the best. These are like $1 at some stores around town for a 550 ml bottle, whatever. These are so good. The diet ones, the zero. They got like this cherry, it's like a cherry Dr. Pepper. I really, really like them. I am totally enamored. Job's a joke, you broke. Your son told you he's gay. That's for the people in the South. The kind of problems they have down in God's country. When your son tells you you're gay, that's the Friends version for down there. Yeah, Mr. Pibb is making a comeback. I guess I was jaywalking. Oh well. Look at me, I'm gonna do it again. It's okay, there's a bail bondsman right here. Get me out of prison. You're like, hey, yo, I got caught on a ticket. How much is my bond? You ain't getting a ticket for jaywalking when there's nobody around. Like the traveling Wilburys said, in Jersey, everything's legal, man, as long as you don't get caught. Friends was a Hey Guys channel. You know, Friends was unrealistic. Bunch of perfect looking people back in the 90s hanging out at a coffee shop. No jobs. Well, that's not true, right? Because Joey was an actor. Monica was a prostitute. Rachel was a pill pusher. Phoebe was a homeless gypsy. Ross was a docent, which is a guy who walks you through the theater, if that's even a thing. Chandler was a drug addict. Rest in peace, Chandler. Such a shame what happened to him. And for the record, yes, because I was a 90s kid, I watched like every single episode of Friends. And they'd all be having sex with one another in the real world. Those guys would be trying to get on those girls. Ross and Rachel, are they gonna fall in love? Why do you care? You're a fully grown man. It's Thursday night, you're watching Friends, and on Sunday you're gonna be acting like an alpha male with your buddies watching the NFL. Starbucks? There's a Starbucks near here. Can't remember. I think it's on the next road on the other side of the transit center. A really cool looking Starbucks, actually. I'd get a coffee, but I'm scared about what might happen if I get me a coffee. I haven't had caffeine since 5 hours ago. In the episode when they went to a restaurant, half of them went cheap. What I do like to watch is the Vegas episodes. Like there's the Will Smith Fresh Prince of Bel-Air Vegas episode where Carlton gets addicted to gambling and then the mafia takes him and breaks all of his fingers. And then Uncle Phil has to call in the Nevada State DA and they send in the SWAT team to rescue him. That was a crazy episode of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And then there's the one on the Friends when they go to Vegas. There's a Friends episode and then they go to Vegas and then I remember Joey kills a prostitute. He's like, hey, yo, hey, how you doing? And then he accidentally kills her. I might be getting my 90s mixed up because that might have been very bad things in a Friends episode that are completely separate. What's up, Jersey T? Didn't we already walk here? Son of a bitch, you're right. I was looking for the Starbucks. It's opposite of the courthouse, which is not down here. So let's not walk this way. Carnivore brain has got me going on a tear today. That's good. Life's a jokey book. You live life your way. I don't know what to tell you, but I think I can't say their name. Somebody else just took advantage of our coupon code. And he's got the name of a very famous Canadian politician that was once very prominent. If that's you and you're watching, they named a... I can't say it. I can't say anymore. That's wild. Seinfeld was better than Friends. I can't even watch Seinfeld because none of them make any sense. Here. Sing it, brother. He's singing Joy to the World. So, like, you watch Seinfeld. Frasier was good. Frasier holds up. Frasier holds up. Fish out of water story. Stuffy Frasier Crane living with his old man and the dog. It was good. That was a good one. Yeah. But Seinfeld doesn't hold up, you know? What do you mean? I'm on the top three. I'm on the top of her speed dial. I don't know. What's going on? Well, there's no more speed dial. So that, you can't make that. Let's think of, okay. I want you to think of the plots that you can't do in Seinfeld anymore. The one where Jerry's on the top of his girlfriend's speed dial above her mother. People don't have landlines. There's no speed dials. It's all in your cell phone. Unless you could see her cell phone, but then again, there's no top of the speed dial, right? No more speed dials really on cell phones. The one where Elaine gives the guy a fake phone number. Well, by the way, if somebody, let's say you're at an event. Let's say you're at the event. You get somebody's phone number, text them right in front of them. Say, did you get my text? Check. Because then you know you're giving them the real number. So that's likely to not happen. Right? Face painter, David. I mean, I don't know. There was a Twitter account called Modern Day Seinfeld for a while. That was pretty fun. I don't know what happened to it. It stopped posting. Kramer has movie phone. Give me some more. Give me some more. Give me more. Tell me more. Tell me more. Steven isn't saying that it isn't Trudeau. It's not Trudeau. But thank you to that person. I got one spot left. Cool. Airwolf. The scenery looks like Pluribus now. Oh, that's that show. I'm not watching that show on Apple yet because my wife loves shows like that. I'm waiting for sure to come back. You gonna bet on the Niners? What's the deal with hot dogs? Where are the dogs? They're not hot. What's the deal with corn pops? I don't see any corn. They don't pop. What's the deal? Why am I so famous? I don't like his comedy. I wouldn't pay money to see him at Caesar's Palace. Or Jay Leno. Or pretty much anybody with the exception of Russell Peters. I'd love to go to Russell Peters. Kramer as a carriage driver? No, those still exist. You can still buy carriages. Cheers was a great show. It holds up. There's still a bunch of people sitting at bars having interactions. America. America. Heck yeah. Fill out an application to rent my place, America. Heck yeah. You're gonna have to pass a mother-loving drug test. Yeah, we're coming back to the start of it all here. So I can have a day. Oh my gosh, there's your Waymo. Waymo's launching in Vegas. Are you guys aware of this? You might not know that, but there's your Waymo machine. They're doing testing. All those cars all have Michigan license plates on them. Ass man. Yeah, you can't have a novelty plate like that nowadays. If you guys have never had a novelty plate, the way it works is you fill out a form and you put in your application and then they check it for profanity and whatnot. Like the episode where he drops the junior mint into the surgery patient, but in reality they're behind big glass shields, so that exact thing can't happen. And so the surgery center, oh, add money to my balance. Oh, I thought there was a PayPal donation. Oh, I know what, they're trying to charge me $15 for Opus Clip. I have a link to my PayPal debit card, but my PayPal balance is literally zero right now. So they can't take my money. Sorry, when I see a PayPal notification, I'm like, oh, somebody donated, but no. No! What kind of car is this? It's a Dodge? Looks like a Dodge. Oh, it's a Daytona. Daytona. They got muscle cars and they put 12-inch tablets in them. This has got to be a 2026 Daytona. Can we just call it Knight Rider? This is the Daytona kit version. Surely you are a Seinfeld fan. Not. I think the humor just doesn't hit for me. Now we got the homeless guy screaming, you know who I am? No. But I'm not going to stop and find out. Festivus was an episode that holds up. Sure. Because that's still relatable. People still have like that idea of like the family frustrations in the winter, Christmas season and stuff like that. So I'd say that one does hold up for sure. Will I stream New Year's Eve? Probably. I don't know if I'll stay out till the fireworks. Well, I need you guys to understand something. For all the bigger channels, like you might notice that I'm one of the only ones over 100K that streams. I do it because I need a connection to you guys. I do it because I promote my course, obviously, because there's some of you guys are negative and you're like, you just do it to sell shit, you stupid liar, son of a bitch. Yeah, I mean, I do it because sometimes I sell a course or two, but you know, the coupons always sell out on the regular uploads, and I get more money off regular uploads because YouTube pays me with ads. So sometimes I go out and I get nothing off these streams. Zero. Not a bupkis. So what it turns out, see, I just paid $35.98 to Hulu. So a lot of the time it turns out that what I end up doing out here is just for my health and for interactions with you guys. 2 hours, 35 minutes, drive to and from. It's 4 to 6 hours every time. So, you know, going out for New Year's is fun. It's good for you guys. You guys get the free show, but you got to also remember that's the day where everybody will be streaming. It doesn't need to be me. You watch anybody. Everybody will be out there. Turn Up World will have 1,500, 3,000, 4,000 people in some cases watching. Normal will have 5,000 people watching. I'll stream, I'll have 500, 2,500 peak. But it's like, why am I doing it? I already walk 40 miles a month on these streams. It's a lot. You must be lonely. Your wife has gone a long time. Oh, it's fine. She's been going in and out. Back home. We're trying to build a life over there too. Do some investments. Philippines is a good economy. Right now it's a little bit slow, but generally a good economy. They never used to close this door. Now they close the door. Which is insane, but then you got that guy screaming, you know who I am? So it makes sense that they're closing the door, you know? But I never thought I'd see them close the door out here. I don't know if TikTokers like Vegas policy, I don't know if he goes live. I'm not really sure. My sons used to drive those party buses. Can make some good money driving party buses in Vegas. But you gotta have charisma. You gotta be able to, like talk to people. If you guys want to talk to me, you can talk to me. I'm not going nowhere for a little bit. I need to get some water and some coffee and stuff. So you want to bring up a topic? We can bring up a topic. Let's see here. Fries taste better. No purchase needed. Because the Knights scored. They didn't win last night. The Golden Knights lost to Colorado, but everybody loses to Colorado. We got a point out of them, which is pretty amazing. Why did the MJ industry never pick up in Vegas? No lounges, let's say. There's a huge cannabis industry out here. I don't know what you're saying, but they're not in plain sight of the Strip. They kept it away from the Strip because the casinos were lobbying to not have it near the Strip. There was a lounge that opened up on Industrial Road right behind the Circus for a little bit, but I don't think it's there anymore. So it might be gone now. But there's also Nuwu, which is not far from downtown Las Vegas. But cannabis is a multi-billion-dollar industry out here in the valley. Is this a secret place? No, it's the English Hotel. How is Manila these days? I've never been. I won't go to Manila for the most part. It's a historic city, but there's other historic parts of the Philippines you can go to. So I don't know how Manila's doing. The whole economy in the Philippines is in trouble right now because they have massive rampant corruption in that country. And there was this government corruption scandal over some kind of aqueduct some kind of project. The problem is in the Philippines, the government funds a lot of projects to employ a lot of people, and then they shut down all the projects to try to sort out the corruption. Now nobody's working in those industries, so the country is upside down. I think more old people do, MJ. I don't know about that. I'm not really sure. Do you think that bamboo chairs are from the Philippines? this, like rattan, this isn't really rattan. This is a piece of metal. So if you're in the Philippines, like these are actually made of real rattan, or what you guys might call bamboo. But no, I don't even think this is really bamboo. I think this is actually plastic. And now, yeah, this is plastic. It's like polyurethane or something. Yeah. I'm gonna go listen to that Kanye West track that uses this. Everybody. Oh my gosh, he's back again. They use this, he never released the song, I don't think. Planet 13 is well advertised. They're losing money. Planet 13's in big trouble. They have a warehouse, and they try to get people to come to there, and they're not coming. Overpriced. Steven, tell us about your secret from 2 weeks. Yeah, okay. You guys have any serious comments? God bless you, Wall Street Warlords. Always saying hyperbole about me. I'm not a secret agent. I'm not a millionaire. I'm not in his will and testament. Besides, that guy's going to live to like 500 years old. He's got secret Jewish longevity blood, I think. I know about. He's a friend. I know about him. I know who he is. Yeah, but only one place. Not as big as it could be. Okay, he seems like your pal. He's a good guy. He texts me a lot about a lot of stuff. So much stuff that I can't always get back to him. Do I like XRP? No. I don't like anything that's a central digital currency. Is Wall Street Warlord Jay Bravo? No, not at all. I text Wall Street Warlord. Why do you guys think? You guys think, oh, Rich should not, you shouldn't have bought my course, Rich. It's too nice, man. Thank you, Rich. I appreciate you, brother. You're awesome, man. That's nice of you. I didn't expect that at all. Rich has been watching my channel forever. Rich got me a micro four thirds lens when I was flat broke during COVID. And it was crazy how UPS, he paid all this money to ship it with UPS. Guaranteed shipping, and they wouldn't guarantee it. And then when we both complained to UPS, they're like, yeah, so what? It's COVID. We had no guarantees for anything. Am I Jewish? You know, it's funny you say that. I've been asked that before, for sure. One guy was like, if you're not Jewish, are you from Connecticut? I'm like, no. East Coast of the United States. Why are you, what? And then last night, somebody was convinced I was an AI. And then on Reddit, I was told I was an AI. What, because I like to speak and I use big words and I organize my thoughts well? Anybody can do that. You just got to educate yourself. Do I like gold and silver? Silver and gold. I'll trade gold and silver on the futures market. If you guys buy and sell gold, you have to pay taxes on it. You know, there's a whole different thing on taxes. But if you're buying and selling futures, like, you don't actually have any capital gains to have to deal with. So it's a different tax thing altogether. But yeah, it's 12 noon. Either you guys are going to start peppering me with questions, I'm going to do a rapid fire Q&A, or I'm going to turn off the camera and go and enjoy my day. I'm going to take my little DJI action camera. I'm going to learn how to film on the thing finally, because it films in 8K apparently, and I have the selfie stick and everything. So you guys have two choices, 30-second delay. You can start asking me questions, or I'm going to tap out for the day and I'll see you in a regular upload tomorrow. Let's see here. We have to pay taxes on everything. Yeah, of course, man. Government, death taxes, vaccine mandates. Those are the things that are certain in life. This guy is washing this window with this giant ass pole, and I can't imagine what his forearms feel like at the end of the day. He must look like freaking Popeye the Sailor Man. How much was the camera? The camera was 500 and I don't know. I'm not even sure. I'm not sure what I paid. 465? I don't know. Honestly, it was an impulse buy. I went to the store, to the camera shop. There's only one camera shop in town. It's called B&C Camera. It's only one professional camera store in the city. And I was like looking at camera. I was looking at camera bodies, actually. I was looking at the Sony a7 IV, which I ended up buying a few weeks later, because my a7 III was broken and it didn't make sense to fix it because of the price to fix it versus buy a new one. Pardon me. So they had this in stock. It doesn't look like this out the box. There's an extra lens on here. So that's the Action 6. So this costs like $465 or something. It came in a kit. The kit had a couple of different mounts and stuff like that. It also had, where is it? I can't find my baby, been around the world. Nah, nah, nah. It had, Dios mío, did I leave it in the car? Did I leave it at home? I'll be super pissed if I left, there it is. It had this little selfie stick in here. which has the mounts on it. So there's like a standard. It's not standard. That's what pissed me off. Used to be all the mounts worked, so it goes on there. Loosey-goosey it up and it can rotate and stuff. And the camera's telescoping, so it's got like, wow. Actually, that's a really big selfie stick, come to think about it. So that's what I got. Yeah, Planet 13 is overpriced, insane pricing. Fresco, I think Rick Moranis mixed with Michael Douglas. What's that all about? Follow-up time. I can't find my baby. Is DJI the same one as in Costco? Probably not. This is the Action 6. This is, as far as I understand, this has not been released. They sell the Action 5 probably at Costco. Let me double check though, maybe. Action 6 Pro Costco. Costco. Yeah, they don't have it there. You have to buy it like from B&H Photo, Adorama, Sweetwater, and then you're on back order. They're all on back order. So the 5 is what's available, but am I able to take it off? Yeah, this comes off. This is I had to buy the lens on AliExpress actually, because they will never sell this lens in the United States of America. So this is a lens that has, now the lens is naked, I gotta be careful. This has a infinite focus. It has focus infinity, you turn the knob. That's what she said. How do I turn the knob? Wow, it doesn't turn that well when it's off the camera. Now it's human focus. You turn it some more and then it's like close-up focus. When you're on the human focus mode, what's interesting is that you can increase the aperture on this action camera to 2.0. And then this gives you a small little background blur of yourself right there on that mode. This one here is more close-up mode. And then that one, this is infinity if you want to have like the back focus that happens forever. It just screws on the front of the camera like that. And I just ordered last night for the Action 5, Ace Pro 2. I just ordered their cinematic anamorphic module for the lens. This thing is heavy. This lens is heavy. It's made out of glass. We got a lot of products, electronics, appliances, cars. That's awesome. Yeah, so I might play around with this camera down here. Sweet lens. Are you able to take it off? I've seen that you were talking about how they banned the Xiao. Oh no. What? I'm not talking about that. Xiaomi you're talking about? Or Huawei? Huawei's been banned for years. Probably with good measure. Huawei is a company that makes telecom equipment. Do I sell the sling bag? No. My buddy Eddie, he died of ALS. He made me 2 bags. This one I got to retire soon because it's going to get all destroyed and I don't want it to. I want to keep it forever. This will be a keepsake. They got a lot of products, electronics, appliances, cars. Is that? But you're talking about Xiaomi. Xiaomi makes cars in China. They make a $35,000 sedan that if that car ever came into the American market, nobody would ever buy another American-made car. It's an insane car. It's got like noise canceling inside, so no matter how loud it is outside, the car is perfect inside. It has a sport mode, it has a cruise mode. Xiaomi makes this car, and MKBHD had a chance to drive it and review it, and he was like blown away by it. So yeah, happy New Year, Steven. Haven't seen you for a while. Yeah, Perry, I've been around, dude. I haven't gone nowhere. Yeah, but that's the problem. This camera has no support outside of, I forgot. It came with batteries, and I forgot to bring the batteries. That's fine. Hopefully it has charge in it. Oh gosh, did I do a screwed up thing and I don't have battery charge? Hello? All right. What the hell? No, it's got 93% battery life. You can see it up there, so at least that's good. I'll plug it in right now. There you go. How'd you do, Pikachu? You're being forgettable again? No, I left the house late today, actually. What happened was I was recording. I was editing a recording I made yesterday on my 360 camera. And I looked up and then I was like, I got enough time. So I recorded this 20-minute video that I may or may not post on Carnivore Diet on a different channel that I have, the throwaway channel that I have. So I may or may not post it. But then I lost track of time. And before I looked up, it's like, oh my gosh, it's 8:20. I got to get going. I got to get on the stream. I told them I'd stream today. Maybe I won't stream today. Oh no, you gave them your word. You have to stream today. You know, Steven, back in the Roman days, if the Roman soldiers would abdicate and leave, they would sentence them to death. And ain't nobody gonna kill you, but you should take your word as seriously as they did in the Roman army. That's how I look at it. So I'm out here again today, working for free. But I had 2 people, I think, pick up the course, so that's cool. No excuses. I got something similar on my Sony. I like your sling. Do you sell them? Get a lot of products, electronics. Okay. No, I was talking about DJI. DJI got banned. That company that I just showed you just now got banned. So you can't buy this company's stuff anymore, the action camera or anything else. So no more drones, no more anything. Well, that's unfortunate, you know, is what it is. But anyways, I guess the question and answer period is kind of coming to an end. You guys could ask me something, I would answer, but otherwise, I'm going to enjoy the rest of my day in this nice slight breeze. Maybe I'll try to go somewhere and film somewhere with this camera. It works with the microphone. That's another good thing about this, and that's another tragic thing about this. I mean, look, DJI has such a good system that you can essentially take anything like this is their DJI mic mini kit. Now the receiver is in here on the camera, and this one that would go here, that's on me right now. But I can just turn on that camera and by itself, like this little thing will just pair with the camera. Like I don't need to do anything. This will just work with the camera. Just magic. Oof. It's got everything you need. I bought that microphone. I told you it was a great microphone. Aren't you happy? It's funny because I was down at a pawn shop on North Las Vegas Boulevard, an Easy Pawn, and I went in there and they had 2 versions of the mic 1. And it was they're very old, but they wanted $169 for them. And I offered him $100. He wouldn't take it. But I said, how come you got 2 identical? These things had never even been opened. Like the mic 1 has a little screen. This one doesn't. So like the plastic was still on the screen. It was brand new. Just wasn't in the box. And he was like, well, guy came in with 8 of them. Ano ba? Like what? It's for Tagalog for what did you say? Like what did you just say? They wouldn't buy more than 2 of them. But yeah, they make great stuff, and I could plug that mic into this camera and it would just work. Why is DJI banned? That's a long story. I told it yesterday, but it comes down to it. DJI makes drone products mostly, and they make really good drone products. They make drones everywhere from, you can get them on sale for $350 for if you don't need a commercial license. They weigh 249 grams. The Federal Aviation Administration says that anything over 250 grams you need a license for, so you can fly them without a license. 4K cameras, look great. Fly them for 15, 20 minutes, thousands of feet in the air. They make those all the way up to drones that movie companies can use to put a full-size camera on that weighs 7 pounds and take a video that you could watch in a theater. And they also make cameras like the one that I just showed you. They also make microphones. They make gimbals for consumers. They make all sorts of stuff. And, you know, the problem is that during COVID-19 pandemic, a lot of agencies started using these drones. Like in West Palm Beach, Florida, people all got heated because the West Palm Beach police was using DJI drones to track people that were not adhering to the rules, you know, kind of thing. Even though Florida was pretty liberal on that stuff, didn't have a lot of restrictions. Anyhow, it turns out that lots of agencies buy them, like police, fire, medical, Bureau of Land Management, you know, the ones that run the federal government agencies have, you know, they fly them over things like, you know, sure, they get flown over your house, your park. They also get flown over the Hoover Dam and Air Force bases, nuclear facilities. So people started raising the prospect of, wait a minute, see, we know how Chinese companies work. You know, if a Chinese company like DJI is based in China, that means the CCP passed laws back in the early 2000s that says that anybody with a Chinese-based company has to surrender as much data as the CCP would ever want us to surrender at any given time, no matter where the data comes from. It could be a Chinese company doing business in the United Kingdom, and if the CCP, the Chinese Communist Party, says, we want all the info on all the clients in London, you have to give it to the Chinese Communist Party if you're a Chinese company based in China. That's the rules in their system. So some people in the law were like, flight logs, sensitive data, 4K cameras, taking pictures of nuclear facilities and government things. I mean, it's one thing if somebody sees what the park in Vegas looks like. It's another thing if they submit a flight log and it shows them what the Hoover Dam looks like. Because the art of warfare is really interesting, right? Like, it's all informational warfare. You know, we're at a point now where, you know, 3D LiDAR mapping and stuff like that matters. So people started to dig into it and say, well, what's being submitted with a flight log? And there's a post on Reddit where a security professional said, like, you know, DJI does a real special thing with their flight logs. You have to send them through a DJI server and use their API. That's an application programming interface. Also, it can send random photos from that drone aircraft without the consent of the user to China. It's a big red flag. Wouldn't you say? I mean, like, because right now the problem is you're only seeing one side of this conversation. And the side you're seeing is Orange Man bad, Taco Man is the F word, the H word, the N word. I can't say those words on YouTube streams, but it all has to do with Germany in the 30s and the 40s. So, but what if there's a modicum, a little tiny thing of real truth to this, right? So the US government's like, okay, fine, we're gonna set a date. It'll be December 23rd, 2025. Now, DJI is going to need to get an audit from a U.S. governmental agency on their security practices. And DJI's over here, and they're like, have at it, boys. You can have all of our books. We would love to show you how we make the sausage. And all of this is happening through the Biden administration. It's not a brand new Trump thing. I believe a lot of the bulk of this happened during the Biden administration. To be honest, the whole genesis of this whole entire garbage we're in. So then Trump gets elected, and then, like I said last night on my stream, an interesting thing happens. See, because there's flight restrictions, right? Like, if I try to fly a drone out here right now, typically before the inauguration of Donald Trump for the second term, the drone out here would bitch and yell and moan at me about flight restrictions. And if I was too close to McCarran, sorry, I dead named it, Harry Reid, there'd be problems. And if I was too close to the Hoover Dam, the drone might not even operate. It'd just be like, done. But then on the day of the inauguration, DJI took off all those rails, all those guardrails. They were all gone, which is a funny thing to do, isn't it? I mean, Trump's like, you know, gotta buy American drones. They're the best drones in the world. You don't need DJI. It's a terrible company. And then they go and they lift that off. Oh boy. So that was one thing. The second thing is none of the government agencies were willing to do the audit. There's none of them. Nobody cared to do it. They didn't want to touch it. Either it was political. They were afraid of doing the audit, coming up with something that they were worried that politicians wouldn't like, or they just didn't want to do the audit because they didn't have time or resources to dedicate to the audit. So December 23rd came, and with that, there was no audit done. Now the importation of new devices is completely done. Can't import any of the new devices. And FTC, they will not give any kind of approvals to any new devices. So, you know, when a product gets announced, iPhone gets announced, they have to submit it to the FTC. The FTC has to say, okay, it's got proper shielding. The radio transmission is not going to interfere with this and that and the other. They give it approval. Now you can sell the product. They're not going to be doing that anymore either. So, yeah, the NTSB kept using DJI for a long time after they should have, right? And so those are the real nuts and bolts, meat and potatoes of the problem. Now we get to the political, you know, hot potato. Oh, it's not my fault, your fault, my fault. What's the real reason, right? Some people will say it's because Donald Trump Jr. sits on the board of pretty much one of the only American-based drone manufacturers out there. However, that doesn't really hold water either, because Insta360, who's the main competitor to DJI, like, they just had a drone company that they started with a different brand name, and they're not facing these kinds of bans, right? They seem to be not having this kind of friction and this kind of problem. And before you guys are like, oh, poor DJI, they're a product of horrible, horrible taco man, as they call him. Well, just know this, right? DJI is not some little innocent company. See, they sell a product called the Pocket 3. I own one. I bought it for $550, the Creator Combo Kit. You could buy one for $400 or one for $550. I bought it when it first came out for $550. I was broke. I had to have my Patreon help me fund it. It was so nice. Boom. Now, tariffs happen, China, all that stuff, We're liberating America. Tariffs for China. DJI cranked the price of that bitch all the way up to $900. From $550 to $900? What? And now they're also at the same time looking down the barrel of this ban. So they're like, hey man, you do you. I'm a capitalist. Cool. Love it. But don't tell me it's tariffs, because the PS5 Pro went from $650 to $750. It's not rank. It didn't go from $650 to $1,200. DJI ripped their customers off. And then they're like, we still support the USA. If you really did still support the United States of America, you care to tell me why nobody can buy this camera in the United States of America? Because this camera came out all over the world, but not here. So no, they're not some innocent company. But the real political thing they say is, well, Donald Trump's son sits on an American drone company, and that's wrong. What does he even know about drones? He shouldn't be on that company. Rabble, right? And I'll remind you that the same people that are telling you that because it's something they don't like, forget about Dre. They don't remember this guy? I'm being apolitical. This guy sat on the board of a giant Ukrainian company that dealt with natural gas called Burisma. And he had no idea what the hell he was even doing there. So both sides do it. Both sides have issues. But that's the story about why DJI is now banned in the United States. Now you know. I have a Mavic. I have a DJI. Which one do I have? I have one of the small ones. My buddy from Israel sent it to me. Steve Spencer. He's on the channel sometimes. And I can't fly it anywhere. Like, as soon as you try to fly that near the Las Vegas Strip, funny thing about DJI, they make the drones, but they also make the anti-drone technology that sits on the Vegas hotels. So when a drone's being flown near them, it picks up with the signal that the remote control transmits and everything like that from your phone to the drone. And it tells them where you are. And you're not allowed to fly there. That's a no-fly zone. And if you do fly there, you're likely to get tracked down, and you're likely to get yourself stuck with the government, the FAA visiting you, telling you, what are you doing? There's a story on Reddit about a guy who worked for a Hollywood production company that came out to Vegas to film. And he had a large-scale drone where they can attach an actual 6-pound camera rig to it. They can take video that's made on a $10,000 camera. The drone doesn't have a camera on it. The drone is made for flying heavy things. And he went to the Federal Aviation Administration. He demonstrated that he was a registered drone pilot that did his entire course and paid his fees. Most of the drones you don't need that for if you buy a small little consumer drone. They weigh too little. You don't need any kind of licensing. He registered his flight path. He flew his drone. He did all the rules. You can fly drones over a building. You can't fly them over an intersection. If there's people here, you got to. He did everything perfectly. And then his company said, what did you do in Vegas again? He said, why? His company says, well, the Federal Aviation Administration has opened a case against you. What? Turns out he didn't have monetization from a major hotel casino in Vegas. So they decided that they were going to notify the FAA and make his life a living hell. And that's how it goes sometimes, because that's big business in Vegas. Anyways, I love you guys to death. My camera phone is dying. It has 20% battery left. We've been on here for 3 hours. I'm going to post a regular video up tomorrow. Talk about something. Probably talk about how regular, everyday hotel desk clerks, concierge people, and people working as slot attendants in Vegas are joining the adult industry because our economy is so good. So make sure you subscribe. Come back, see that regular in-studio video tomorrow. And I love you guys, and you guys are great. And I'll see you later, and I'll say 3, 2, 1, and just keep swimming. Just do something good with your life today. Bye.